It's showtime.
Who are these socials?
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Who are these socials?
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Karl
This is all just for the radio.
and Mike.
We don't have business to take care of.
Who are these
We are
socials?
the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? This is the only show about social media that's talked about more than Tim Dillon's CNN interview. I'm your host, Karl Hamburger, and with me, as usual, is Mike Geary, a.k.a. Blind Mike.
I've been preparing my fellow citizens. I hear there's a group of ne'er-do-wells storming Boston in a month.
Well, if you're talking about skinny Chad Zumock, you're right. I did his show today.
Oh, really?
He's like, see you in Boston. I was like, oh boy.
It's about time you got your comeuppance. I'm glad that
Well-
guy has a voice.
A lot of people feel that way, Mike. You're not alone.
Good.
You know, there are rumors going around that Sean Combs is abusive to women and that I won't read your super chats. The latter is simply not true. I will read every super chat that comes in, and we appreciate the gifted memberships. And when you member up, you get the bonus shows on this channel. All of the money goes towards WATS, which is, by the way, me and Mike. But what we really appreciate is when you go over to supertip.gg/WATP. That way you can not only support the show, but also participate in the show with the super tip system. Try it out, kids. It's fun. You will enjoy it. Now, Mike, we start off this show very different than anyone else starts off their show.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tell the people about it?
Oh, we banter, gang, and that's where we ease people into this. We don't just leap into the madness of the show. We're just a couple of pals. We catch up on our weeks. We tell people how it's been going. We banter.
And the way we start that off, by the way, beautiful explanation. I put you on the spot there, and you did not disappoint.
I've heard it enough. It's like muscle memory.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be able to nail it. And in order to get into the banter segment, we can't just get right into it and be jarring for people. We need a stinger to let everyone know this is banter time, baby.
Oh, this is their greatest strength. Karl and Blind Mike banter at length. Could it be banter?
It could be banter. I got a note from Kelly. Sent in this email, says, "Hi, Karl and Mike. I have a close friend who lived in Schaumburg for about 20 years. I visited her many times, and it was a very normal suburb. We would go for walks around her neighborhood, shop at the mall, eat at restaurants. I never felt scared. It's not even close to Gary, Indiana status, which I've driven through many times, and it's super sketchy. Every time I hear John Sarasani talk about Schaumburg, I'm scratching my head wondering if he's talking about the same city."
I'm glad this young lady put on a brave face and lived to tell the tale, but you don't have to be strong for us, honey.
She survived Schaumburg, which is very impressive. Is this I can't make heads or tails. We gotta maybe make a trek out to Schaumburg or something to check this place out.
I guess so. Put it on the wheel of consequences.
Yes, it's becoming famous.
It's just,
In who
I'm
are
sure-
these socials world.
I'm sure it's a lovely town. I'm sure it's fine.
I don't know, man. I saw that video where John was warning us that the hooligans come out.
No one believed in the kid from Schaumburg.
It's so stupid. So that's good. That's a good Schaumburg update. We appreciate that. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about during our banter segment. So our buddy Aaron Imholt's on vacation. He's down in Florida.
Oh, no.
Well, I know what you're thinking. Like, what about all the tow boys? What are they
No
doing?
goal? People are just left goalless, wandering
What-
the streets?
What are the tow bros doing on a Thursday and Friday if there's no Steel Toe Morning Show?
Yeah.
Well, good news. He got Keanu to fill in for him today. Mike, you'd think
good news.
This is like Bill O'Reilly or something. Like, all right, we'll get Anthony Cumia. I'm going to take a week off. No. This is Steel Toe needs someone to fill in for him while he's on vacation.
I guess I did. I had David Collins fill in for me once, I guess. So
Yeah, I've had people fill in for me before. In fact, I got ragged on for it. But the beauty of Keanu filling in for Steel Toe is that there was a PPP super chat that came in.
Okay.
And if you know anything about PPP from Keno Casino, you know that they had an infamous stint in Vegas with some of their biggest pay pigs, and photos and videos were taken, and apparently there is a photo of PPP's asshole, taint, and ballsack.
Very nice.
That's been posted on the internet. Well, this image super chatted the Steel Toe Morning Show this morning, and Keanu put it right up on the screen. And she's just sitting there reading the super chat, not realizing that she's showing an asshole.
Jesus Christ.
On the screen.
I'll tell you though, what I'm more fascinated in, does she do, and the answer to this will prove how much Aaron really gives a shit about his show or just wants super chats to come in. Does he have Keanu fill in for him to talk politics?
Oh,
Is he talking about like the Joe Biden book and
Mike, I actually care about my time. Do you think I actually watch it? No.
All right, fine. I'll investigate and I'll play the clips on
Please,
Sunday.
yes, you investigate because
all right, fine.
as my little text message thread that I do with the other guys from This Little Piggy, just sent me the timestamp to exactly that part of the show, so I can just click on it and go. So I have no idea what was discussed.
Because that's very interesting to me, because it will show if Keanu does whatever her show is on Aaron's channel, it will show that he doesn't give a fuck about the audience. He's just like, hey, hours that people can donate money. Come on, who cares what the show's about?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. We should investigate that. But Mike, there's more to this story.
Oh.
Now, I will say, apparently Aaron has taken that video down, so I think people were reporting it. So he did take that down, but not before our friend Chad Zumock, who last week quit podcasting.
Oh no.
Chad's the only guy I know who does works by himself. Hey guys, I'm going to quit podcasting. We know you're not. Hey guys, I didn't quit podcasting. Yeah. No shit. But anyway, Chad.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, wow. Who would have guessed? Anyway,
it's
Chad,
like when a kid is hiding like under the blanket.
Yeah.
Like, where's Chad? And he's like giggling into there.
Yeah, Chad thinks if he closes his eyes, we can't see him.
I can't find him anywhere.
That's how
He must have
dumb
left.
he is. But anyway, Chad was on his show today. I think he was Kumia cucking it, if I'm not mistaken. And someone got him to play the specific timestamp because he was watching Keanu on there. Okay. And so Chad also had PPP's asshole, taint, and ballsack on his show today.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. All these porn bombs in the Dabbleverse.
She just didn't know, like me. I can understand how I could do something like that. Did she just not notice?
Well, she actually is used to just showing assholes on the internet. So maybe for her, it's like, oh, what's wrong with that?
Second nature.
Right. For her, it's like, oh, YouTube doesn't like that. That's right.
Gotcha.
It's an OF thing. I forgot. I don't know the answer to that, Mike. I can't tell you why
I have so many
something like that would happen. Icons do appear small in the chat, so sometimes it's hard to see.
Oh, just the little ones like Stuttering John would put up.
Yeah, oh, John did it all the time.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
He got fooled all the time, which was great.
And the only ones he would thwart were like ended up actually being like his finger or something. He's like, I'm not putting that up there.
right. He'd put up swastikas and everything else, and then there'd just be like a close up of his face, and he'd be like, "That looks pornographic." No way I'm putting that up. Mike, the way that we run this show, it's really ingenious. We go through each social media network one at a time and show you the highlights from that social media network. But then every now and again, we veer off that path and we do something like this where we just want to bring you some music.
Who are these music? Who are these music?
And I want to thank Robo Shitstain MK9000 in our Discord for posting this. You're familiar with Ye's new song?
Oh, yes.
Hail Hitler?
Of course.
Well, apparently Ye got his hooligans together to perform the song on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Nice.
Yes. So this was a live performance, and it looked a little something like this.
What?
right.
I mean,
A little worrisome.
now, Mike, I don't want to speak for you. I don't personally endorse this message. I don't know
Sure.
how you feel about it. I'm just saying this
It's
YouTube channel
tough.
does not endorse it.
No, certainly not. But it's tough because it is funny. Like, of course, this one I actually do get. If people
Okay.
are like, "Hey, it's invoking what?" They're yelling "Heil Hitler." Like, I do kind of get.
Well, they're also saying the N-word
Yeah,
before that too.
I get the outrage a little bit, but goddamn if it's not funny.
It is, and if you ever study the lyrics to this song, because I think that's lost on a lot of people.
So this is what I've thought about Kanye, and no, I have not studied the lyrics, but this is what I've thought
You
about him
haven't?
for a while.
I'm just kidding.
Not yet.
Okay,
I'm too busy singing along.
sure. Yeah.
But what I've thought about Kanye for a long time is like, he's trying to be funny. He desperately wants to be funny and interesting, and he might not be the greatest at it, but like,
No, he might be the dumbest guy in the world.
yeah, but
Yeah.
It's not a guy. He's black. He's not a Nazi. They wouldn't have him.
Well,
Maybe
Anyway,
new school Nazis would, but
well, I don't know that he's always trying to be funny. The message of this song specifically is talking about how he had his kids taken away from him and he's not allowed to see his children.
trying to.
And so
Funny might have been the wrong. He's trying to be like thought provoking and
Oh, yeah, no,
edgy and- yeah.
he's definitely a performance artist. Like,
Yeah.
he's like Banksy, but a little more offensive.
Yeah.
Like doing like these things in the street,
Yeah,
something like that.
Sure.
But the lyrics of the song, and I could be totally off on this, but it's all about how he can't see his children anymore because people think he's crazy. And so he's just like, well, then I'll just become the villain. I'll just lean into it. Now I'm a Nazi.
Right. Exactly. He's saying the
character.
thing he shouldn't. He's doing the edgiest
Right.
thing he can. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's what the message is. I don't know. Let's listen to more of the song.
All right. It's interesting. Every time you listen, you learn something. Now I'm feeling like maybe he's lonely.
I think that could definitely be the case. And these guys are all just standing in a circle facing out to the people. And they all have to sit there and yell this chorus, which is
Those
fun.
are the people I wonder about more. Like Kanye,
Yes.
we can interpret whatever he's doing. What's wrong with these people? What do they not have to lose? they
Right.
don't mind going out there and doing this.
Yeah, right. It's not like they lost the deal with Adidas, so they don't care anymore. Like they could
Right.
probably still maintain do things in their lives.
Kanye's probably made enough money in his life to yell Heil Hitler in the middle of the Walk of Fame or wherever the fuck he is.
Not
But
probably,
the rest of these
definitely.
people, probably
Yes.
not.
Yes. So I thought that was interesting, and of course everyone's been talking about that song. So why wouldn't we?
And none of the people that are calling me a big lib now will play this video of me defending Kanye, will they?
No, you libtard, they won't. I think you're playing a character.
Just trying to defend all my brothers out there.
You tried. All right. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the show.
Yay, super chats.
We do appreciate it when you go over to supertip.gg/WATP like Venom Tony 15 did.
I love sucking whiners. Only type of Myers whiner. I like to gobble on his toms. Give me that foot-long Tommy boy.
I like whiners too, but only minor wieners of color since I'm creep, allegedly. Andy's. Give me the people of color cummies.
Was he trying to spell wieners every time?
He spelled it differently a few times.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be wieners, not whiners.
So much interpretive art so far today.
Yes, there's a lot to understand and unpack, but apparently you and Woke Dad are both into wieners. That's what I learned from that.
He's not wrong.
Hellraiser69, member for 2 months, says just do it.
You see, this is a we just do it kind of show.
That's my favorite clip in your intro. I think that around my house a lot now for some reason.
It's Art Bell, baby. Coast to coast. Holly Beesky, $5. Don't agree to go, Mike. Karl will not go. Just like he didn't go to Gary, Indiana. I'll go to Schaumburg. Schaumburg.
Oh, that'll be the big joke, me roaming around Schaumburg, and I'll be in such danger there. What will I do all by
that's
myself?
we're not doing a joke on you. I promise you that. We're going to Schaumburg, and I'll probably catch a Cubs game. at
Everyone
some
gets
point.
me to believe Schaumburg is safe, and then I go on my own.
Oh, we should also go to a football game by ourselves. That'd be another thing that we could do.
The Siriusani experience.
Yeah, the Siriusani experience. Jed Allen coming in with 10. Who are these podcast memberships? That's amazing, Jed. Thank you so much for gifting those memberships. If you did get gifted a membership, you can watch the bonus shows and our shows live on Saturday. This weekend it'll be Sunday, unfortunately, but you can watch those. You get the links right underneath the membership tab. And the bonus shows we've done in the past are there as well. Dame Taft, $2. Thanks in advance for the Matarese segment. Oh, I agree. I was so glad to see that Mike was checking in on Joe Matarese. That's coming up.
It's been way too long.
It has been too long. And I love the evolution of Joe Matarese.
Yes.
I'm really enjoying his transformation, and we'll talk about all of that.
Always tinkering. Always up to something new.
Yes.
But not really.
No, definitely not. But first, we got to head over to YouTube.
I'll stop the show and watch YouTube.
We might have a new character here. I want to get your thoughts on this. This is from Andrew Blakemore sent this in. This is Nunchuck Tyler.
I'm interested.
Nunchuck Tyler loves his nunchucks.
Okay, so just as advertised.
If somebody breaks into my house and they don't have a gun, they're gonna have to meet these. Yeah, strike, 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 strike.
Oh, now he's got a switchblade. Oh, now he's stabbing the camera with a switchblade. Watch out.
Come at me, bro. If somebody
I hate that it loops.
For a guy named Nunchuck Tyler, he switches to a second weapon pretty quickly.
He does, yeah, I know. I'm just like, well, I was scared of the nunchucks. Now that you just have a knife in your hand, I feel like I could beat you. But
yeah,
I
don't know enough about nunchucks. Is that enough to defend a household?
I go with baseball bat. I'm, more traditional.
Yeah, I would think so.
I wonder what would happen to bat versus nunchucks. I wonder who would win that battle.
It seems like bat's winning, but I don't know enough about the skill.
It's got more of a reach, I think. Well, so Andrew sent this in, and he's like, I don't know if he's doing a bit or what's going on. The second video of his, I think, might tell us the answer.
Okay, I'll say this before we play it.
Please.
The first video, he doesn't sound as retarded as he's trying to be. Like, this would have to be a mentally handicapped man, but he doesn't come off that way.
Okay.
So maybe the second video will change my mind.
All right. This wasn't a guess the sound, but you're doing good.
Okay.
You just bumped into Nunchuck Tyler without apologizing? Well, guess what? Whipping out my nunchuck. Next time, you might think before you bump into Nunchuck Tyler and not apologize. Watch out.
So he had nunchucks in his hand. He turned around, had nunchucks in his hand, but he's wearing a coat, and he dropped those, and he pulled another pair of nunchucks out of his coat and started twirling those.
He's got nunchucks of fury. Nunchuck
now he's got,
Tyler's got
now
so
he's got another
many
one.
nunchucks. You better not bump into him on the street. Nunchuck Tyler's got so many nunchucks. Better not bump into him on the street.
Fifth pair.
Yeah.
Oh, the sixth pair.
Hell yeah, nunchucks.
It's starting to sound like
fury.
he's
How many
the
does
villain.
he have? Oh.
Right? Because all the guy did was just bump into him. And now he's getting beaten down by 6 pairs of nunchucks.
Yeah, at first I thought he was protecting himself, but now it's like you better
Right.
not bump into him on the street or he'll...
Did you just step on my toe, sir?
Oh, bam.
Oh, there's a 7th pair.
Bam. Bam. Oh, yeah, Nunchuck Tyler's coming at you. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's an 8th pair. They're in every pocket, Mike.
Nunchuck Tyler's doing his nunchucks, is doing his nunchucks all the time. Nunchuck Tyler.
All right, so what I liked about that video is that he's starting to develop this theme song. And I think a guy named Nunchuck Tyler deserves a theme song.
That's true.
We have a theme song.
I'm imagining it animated like Dragon Ball Z or something like that kind of animation.
Yes, Kyle would be a big fan. Unique.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is the last video I have for us, and this really shows you that he's developed the theme song now. This is an
good.
earworm, so beware.
Nunchuck Tyler is back. He's here. He's always here for you, to be on your side in your time of need. Are you angry, upset, or sad? Well, Nunchuck Tyler will take care of that. No more being upset and angry on Nunchuck Tyler's watch. Are you upset? Nope, not anymore. Nunchuck Tyler's taking that anger away. Oh yeah, Nunchuck Tyler will make you very happy, make you happy every single day. Nunchuck Tyler will be your best friend if you need him to be there every day. Hey, yeah, Nunchuck Tyler's doing it again. Nunchuck.
All right, so he might be a one-trick pony, but I thought it was worth a segment.
Much like Kanye, by the end we find he's just looking for friendship. That's all this really was about.
Yeah, you're right. There was a good arc there. It was like, I'm defending my home, I'm murdering people on the streets, and then I'm actually a superhero you could hire.
I just need a friend.
Right.
Please, find me any other hobby than nunchucks.
I actually appreciate what we just learned just now, you and I.
It's very sweet.
It's a bit of a journey that we went on. You know, I think it was last week we played more Keenan Bank.
Yeah.
Keenan Bank is the guy who walks around with his phone out, pretending to do good deeds, but basically kind of just strong arms people into doing things for him because they feel compelled to do so. And
right.
We've discovered that there's a lot of people who clown him online.
Yeah.
Well, this is from in our Discord, Teresa Tree on My House. Okay. Who sent in another guy who's clowning Keenan Bank.
How much for this bottle of Fireball?
Oh, that'll be $18.
Can I get 1,000 of them?
1,000 of them. That'll be $1,298.
I'll take them all.
Wow, that's a big order. Are you throwing a party or something?
Yeah, down at the homeless shelter.
Are you bringing all this Fireball to the homeless?
That's right. I'm going to go down and give it all to the homeless.
Since you're giving it to the homeless, I'm going to give it to you on the house.
Why are you being so kind to me?
Well, sometimes when you're down on your luck, all you need is a drink. And nobody needs a drink more than the homeless. Really love what you're doing for the community, man. It's really great. I threw some old English in there for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks. Have a great day. Thank you.
So now he's opening the old English and drinking in his car.
Hey, what are you doing?
Wait.
You're giving alcohol to the homeless. What are you doing? Get over it.
Wait, I can explain.
I gave you that alcohol to give it to the homeless, and here you are drinking it in your car?
Wait, you don't understand.
Wait. What? Come with me. Take a look at this.
What are we looking at?
Clearly, he's homeless, and he's living out of his car.
Yeah.
The homeless you were talking about, it's you, isn't it?
It is.
Sorry, I failed to consider the semantics of this situation.
Kindness wins.
That's a fun angle.
It is, especially because like we don't know enough about Keenan's situation. Where something I don't think mentioned last week is that because when I was setting it up, I failed to explain. I'm pretty sure he's still hanging on to the same $20 from the first video. Where he's always like, "Do you want this $20?" And
right,
always
no one ever takes
"No, I'm
it."
good," and he puts it back in his pocket. He doesn't insist that they take it or anything. So there's a chance he is homeless.
That's funny. I like that idea. So this guy who made this video, he went to the Renaissance Festival and made another video. Got a lot of people involved in this one. They're all dressed up like it's medieval times.
Okay.
I guess the Renaissance was after the medieval times. Fuck off. I don't care. You know what I mean.
We get it.
How much for the sword?
The sword is 20 pence.
Can I get 1,000 of them?
1,000 of them? What are you doing, throwing a ball?
No, I'm going to go down to the fields and give them to the peasants.
Wow, you're giving them to the peasants? That's so kind of you. Because you're giving them to the peasants, they're going to be free.
Wow! Excuse me, sir. Here, have this.
Why are you giving me this sword?
I've decided to help the community today.
Now that I'm armed, I can fend for myself and make my own money.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, don't do that. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness.
What have you done? You've armed the peasantry. This will surely disrupt our feudal system.
Ah!
Oh, this bloodshed is on your head. This is what happens when you arm the bourgeoisie.
How much for the...
All right, so that got a little nerdy. It got a lot of people in costumes being a little nerdy on that one, but I still enjoyed it.
I do wonder because he has Keenan Bank has like a decent following, but I keep thinking maybe there's a massive trend out there of people doing this if all these videos are parodying it, but they all use the same song, which is very interesting.
Right. It's definitely making fun of Keenan Bank directly, I think.
It's got to be, yeah, because they all do the same little ticks that he has, yeah.
Yeah, even the script is just like, how much is this? Can I get 1,000 of them? 1,000?
Well, this must be for something worth asking about.
Right. Wouldn't it be great if someone just like, yeah, sure. I'll bring up Bill. He'll ring you up if you need a receipt or something.
He's like, oh, shit.
Didn't work out how I was hoping for. I want to head over to Instagram to check in on one of your favorites.
Blinded like Blind Mike. Don't be a douche. Instagram in the night. Blinded like Blind Mike. Check out these reels. They might make you want to fight.
My new friend Megan, who I met at Hackamania and came on and was a review girl for us on WATP recently, she sent me this. Hilaria Baldwin is standing on the street in Manhattan, and she's holding her book, but she's not holding it.
Oh, this is like John Lennon.
She's not holding She's not holding it naturally, Mike.
Okay.
She's holding it so that anyone looking at her face on will see the front cover of it. And she's doing this as if like, oh, I'm just walking around with a book, knowing there's paparazzi filming her as she's doing this.
Oh, goody.
This is amazing.
This is pure comedy. She's standing at the corner. Look how she's holding the book. What an unnatural pose. She clearly called the paparazzi. She's posing for them. I think she looked at the camera even a couple of times. Here, I'm going to let you watch the whole clip and judge for yourself.
She got her sunglasses on.
Oh, what are you guys doing here?
Now, watch
Thank you, Hilaria. You have a book that just came out. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Oh, that's nice.
It's been a busy week.
That's cool. Thank you so much.
How do these two people have the same accent?
Right, yeah. They must be from the same Nicaraguan town.
I'm good. I'm very good.
Si, senor. You have a new book? Si. How funny is that? She's so transparent.
And she's married to a man who notoriously despises the paparazzi.
Correct.
And she's calling them to her attention. Like I know it's a common thing in Hollywood to like alert the paparazzi where you're going to be, which is pretty gross. But like to have someone in your family that has been lost jobs because he's knocking these people out and then use them to your own advantage is pretty gross.
Who is winning the race to have the worst significant other between Bill Belichick and Alec Baldwin right now?
Two men that I love so much.
They are competing so hard right now.
No.
They've each made, well, I shouldn't say they did it. They've made two beautiful women completely unfuckable.
Yeah, they didn't do it, but you're right.
You're right.
Yeah,
They didn't do it. These women did it to themselves. But you see these women and you just go, oh, I want nothing to do with that.
I'll say this. Jordan is much worse in that she has her tentacles around everything in Bill Belichick's life so rapidly, too. At least Hilaria has been around for a while. She's given, well, she's
she hasn't done it, but
watched a few kids birthed.
Yeah.
Like, she's put the time in. Jordan Hudson is just 24, so her skin is tight, and that allows her to run Belichick's entire life.
I heard a rumor that they're engaged. Is that true?
No one knows yet, but there are rumors about an engagement ring being cited or something.
Oh, Bill. Come on, man.
It's
you don't
tough.
have to do this.
It's tough. And everyone, like, Belichick won, by the way. Like, everyone hates the Crafts here in New England now because of the way all the Belichick stuff ended.
Yep.
And my theory is, like, maybe this is why the Crafts got rid of him. Like, why the rift started is because
it was also
she was
five losing seasons in a row. But no, I hear you.
Yeah, but it's Bill Belichick.
Soon as Brady left.
I thought Belichick earned 20 losing seasons in a row.
Okay,
so.
That's a good point. You're right about that. I want to thank people who are supporting this show.
Yay, Super Chats.
The best way to do that is over at supertip.gg/WATP, like Anonymous here, who says, since when did the amazing atheist turn into a ginger ninja? Oh, is that another character?
Oh, interesting. This guy's got quite an arsenal.
Nunchuck Tyler, is he like trying out? Is it like how we found out Woke Dad has tried out many different things to be an influencer over the years?
Yeah.
And the Woke Dad is what's stuck? This is Jay Loiterer with $5. The Kinks need to sue Nunchuck Tyler for stealing the Father Christmas melody. Oh, you're right. I knew I recognized that. Nunchuck Tyler, I am the coolest.
I think Nunchuck Tyler might have done it first.
Nunchucks.
I'll have to look that up.
You might be right about that, Mike. Your knowledge of music, second to none. Brock Lee coming in with $2. This is the Brock Lee.
Whoa.
I have not seen this guy on the internet in over a year.
Wow.
Since the first Atlantic City, I think, was the first.
Better be big money, Brock.
It's $2.
Oh.
How did Cardiff get a copy of the SJ lawsuit served yet? Is there an SJ lawsuit? Did Cardiff put that out? Mike, I've heard rumors. I heard rumblings that John's been teasing this May 26th date.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors that that's when he's going to serve me and Shuli for Dabble House. Mike, do you know how amazing this would be? To what end? To me going on every show in the world nonstop and talking about this.
Yeah, of course. It's going to give you, obviously, hasn't learned his lesson in the last 6 years.
WTP is about to triple its audience size, everyone. This is amazing. The greatest thing that could happen to me is that John sues me for Dabble House.
I guess, on what grounds in his mind does he think?
I know that VTM has talked about like a right to publicity copyright thing. I don't know. None of it makes sense. It's so convoluted. They act like John owns these phone calls he had with Kate Meany. He's just like, no, he's just a drunk loser getting recorded because he was getting catfished because he's a moron.
Oh, it's because of the illegal phone calls you guys played?
Right, yes.
That were recorded
in
New York?
I believe so. I don't know. I haven't gotten served yet, so I'll let you know more when I know more.
I'm interested.
I'm excited about it. This is going to be fun.
Looking forward to it. Oh. It's a shame I couldn't get in on it. I was in on the last one.
I know.
And he never followed through.
Isn't that a bummer?
It is.
Wow. I guess Minahan won't be as interested when you're just like, yeah, a guy I know is getting served.
Yeah, and you and Shuli earned it, I can't complain.
11 idle hands, $5. I'm going to try a Keenan video with my crack dealer. I know a few homeless people that could use it. That's a good idea. Just be like, hey, how much is a dime bag? It's $10. What do you think it is? Oh, do you have 1,000 of them?
I only have $5. Will you take that?
That probably happens to crack dealers all the time. Fuck off.
What made you be so kind to me today?
Right. Michael Dolan says, I like that name. That's fun. Member for 5 months says, turns out every time Alec fought paparazzi, Hilaria was the one who called them. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I know. It seems like it.
AO1012 says, Brady was the driving force, not Bill.
Well, here's the problem is I think it was both of them fairly equally. But This is what Jordan Hudson has been able to do. These are her PR skills, is that in a matter of months, she's convinced everyone that is true. that this man never had control of even his own life. So it must have all been Tom Brady.
I will say, if you go back to the 2002 Super Bowl, I guess it would be. It was the 2001 season.
Yeah.
Where they were 14-point dogs against the Rams, the greatest show on turf. That was not, I think Brady won the MVP for that. He threw for like 114 yards. That was not Brady winning that Super Bowl.
No, and without Tom Brady, they wouldn't have 6 Super Bowls. But they might have one or two. Like
that
Belichick
first one was
good,
the defense.
Yeah, Belichick's obviously a great coach. But that's what Jordan Hudson has done, is just like she's doing her best to ruin the man's legacy.
Should we just talk Patriots football on this show from now on? What do you think, Mike?
Just Jordan Hudson.
Okay, I'm in. We're changing show formats. But before we do that, let's head over to Twitter and see what's going on there.
Look at this tweet now.
Mike, you sent this one over to me, and it's a guy pulling a prank.
Yeah. This is from my buddy Box Eating Dad. I think he sent me a couple of these in the past. I don't know if we've ever played them or not. I don't know the guy's angle, but I'm intrigued by it. I'm interested in his style. I like the cut of his jib.
Okay, yeah, this is from at Mappy6984. All right, so what we're watching him do, he's at an IHOP. He got a steak, which is a bad idea at IHOP. And he put the steak that he got cooked in his bag and then pulled out a raw steak and placed that on the plate.
Can you just cook this a little bit more? No, you're good.
The fucking server. It's just like, oh my God, I brought this out like this? No, of course you didn't.
I'm so sorry.
It's hilarious.
Unfortunately, we do have cameras, so we're able to see that you did swap out the steak.
I'm so confused.
We have cameras.
You checked the cameras?
Yes.
No, the steak came out like that.
We could see you swap it out in whatever bag you did. You know, you have that bag, and you could show me there's no steak in there. I mean, you do just have to pay for the steak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll show you.
You know, not for nothing, but Opie, are you taking notes on this? Like, this is how you prank. Like, you have a plan. Yeah, you have a plan in place. You execute on it.
I'm a little confused by this part. It felt like he had no end game, really, which I also kind of enjoy. This is where
it gets weird because he had no end game, and then it's borderline sexual harassment at the end of this with the server.
Unless you might have thrown it out.
No, I didn't throw it out. Oh, it was right here.
That's crazy. Yeah, I am just gonna have you pay for this, okay?
Oh, dude, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. I didn't know this.
I like your attitude. Like, oh yeah, it's crazy. Anyway,
that's why it's almost like it's the 5th raw steak incident she's had today.
Right.
She's like, I've just had it up to here.
Yeah, I get it, guys.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the steak was in there.
You didn't know the steak was in there, but you swapped it out yourself. Here you go.
Dang. I just want to apologize. I'm just like really geeked right now.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Do you know left pocket dog shit? Tommy Tough Knuckles? One-Eyed Willie? The Negotiator? Bulldozer Bill?
Dylan, I'm so sorry.
On
I mean,
I had no idea what happened at the end. I asked Box Eating Dad if there was more. He's like, I don't know. I just think it's funny.
Honestly, he just starts talking about jerking off to this woman at the end there, and I'm like, I don't know if you want to be posting this on TikTok or anywhere else. It seems like a bad idea.
I guess like if you have no end game, you just start talking about your prick, you know?
I didn't know that. Now I've learned something.
It's where the mind goes.
All right, we have a lot of TikTok stuff to get to, so let's head right over there.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
This was sent over by our friend Christian Blatt. And he says, here's a video that I saw a lot over the weekend. She's a realtor in the Tampa area.
Oh.
So this is just,
Who sent you here?
Just a woman who's a realtor trying to move some houses, going on TikTok.
You guys are going to fucking hate me. This house is $1.3 million. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, located in the pink streets of St. Pete. Please share this with your rich friends. I'm going to share it with the neckbeards in my DMs who keep offering me money to see pictures of my feet. Joke's on you, I have athlete's foot. I am way too poor to be in this house right now. Seriously though, when I was in elementary school and they would have those canned food drives, they'd be like, Brianna, why haven't you brought in any cans? I'm like, these are going to my house. Write my initials on the top of the can. I bet it ends up in my pantry. You think rich people sit here and talk about how rich they are? Honey, I think we should buy a new vacation home. But darling, the interest rates are over 6%. Who cares? Oh, you're a hoot. Bring me more wine and Xanax. Did you guys ever eat struggle meals as a kid? My favorite one was mixing every condiment we had with croutons. That used to be a struggle meal, and now it's a $65 entree at a Michelin star restaurant. Share this with someone who can afford a $1.3 million home and then have them DM me because I'm taking sugar daddy applications. That's a joke. Stay out of my DMs, neckbeards.
Why is she so angry?
She seems pretty aggressive. So Christian writes, is she funny? I think so. Is she as funny as she thinks she is? Well, I'd let the audience decide for themselves.
Okay.
I have another example here. You don't hear a lot of women do Trump impressions.
I find her exhausting. I'm surprised.
Yep.
So Christian actually thinks she's funny?
He says he thinks she's funny. So
and you can get that kind of hilarity on WATB Tuesdays.
Yes. This and Bears. Funny realtors and Bears on WATB. But yeah, apparently this is the shtick she does in order to get drum up some business. Oh, and that is not the right. Oh, here we go. Oh, so she has 112,000 followers and 1.1 million likes.
This to me, I know who this lady is. I've met this lady many times.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of laugh you go, oh yeah. Like,
It's just your buddy's girlfriend who was a theater kid.
Who's like hey, I'm just one of the guys, you know. I'm
Right.
just hanging with the guys. I can riff with you fellas. I can bust balls. And it's like, okay, yeah, no, it's good. That's fine. That's just like we do.
Pretty good.
Of course, I'm in a fucking gated golf course community. I feel like I'm at Donald Trump's golf course.
It's 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. I walked in, I said, wow, that's a lot of bathrooms. Beautiful Tarpon Springs. How many square feet? A lot of people are asking. And I'll tell you, it's a lot of square feet. It's too bright, turn it off.
I honestly can't believe people call golfing a sport. You want me to call John Daly an athlete? No. If John Daly's an athlete, then I'm Mila Kunis. If golf is a sport, then pool is a sport. And if slamming a bunch of balls together is a sport, I'm an Olympic champion. How long have you worked here? They give you a 401k or... This is the perfect place to shower after you're done golfing. Rinse off that other woman's perfume so your wife can't smell it. They have a movie theater. Play Sydney Sweeney walking backwards. Play Ana de Armas kissing POV 4K. Play Sydney Sweeney jumping up and down. This pool is huge. I can see all the golfers in their pastel shorts. Smells like Sperry's just had a sale. Share this with one of your asshole friends who plays golf every Sunday. Of course, I'm in a fucking gated...
It just feels like someone trying to be funny.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
And even I wish
try hard.
I wish people, you know, whoever had to start this, Dana Carvey or someone back in the day, I wish people could trademark impressions, because Shane Gillis did a bit where he literally teaches people how to do Trump, and now that's the Trump everyone does now. Where she literally goes, wow, this is a big room.
You're right. Everyone does the Shane Gillis Trump.
It makes it easy to do it, but but he literally taught everyone, and now that's the Trump that they do. But like, this is just a lady trying to be this personality. You know what I mean? Like, she's just a ball breaker.
Yeah, she had a couple good lines, but the way it's edited and the way she comes across, I would never want to work with her.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what, like, having a couple good lines is almost what I mean, where I'm not even saying she's unfunny. I'm saying she's being unnatural. Like, if she was herself, she probably would be funny. But this is her trying to be like one of the guys.
Like, you trying to give too much credit to this woman?
Maybe.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Just because she's so highly recommended by Christian.
It was sweet of you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's check out someone who is just naturally funny, and that is world-famous comic Joe Matarese.
Well, thank God.
Let's get back to the funny over here on WATS. Joe Matarese is pretending this is an AI version of himself, which already, what a great premise, huh?
The man is always wacky. As I said, he's always in his lab. He's got his beakers out, and he's always finding the right measurements for funny.
Yep.
And so far in 35 plus years of stand-up, he hasn't quite found the right mixture.
He just keeps trying new things. It's so bizarre. He's like a 60-something-year-old man. Maybe he's in his late 50s, but either way.
He's almost there. I think...
He's got to find his voice. He's got to find what he does.
I think by the 30s, this guy is going to be big. Just give him a few more years.
So this is his most engaged video. This video has 175 comments on it.
Yeah, at least of recent. Like,
for a Joe Matarese clip, that's unheard of.
I scrolled 2 down from this, and that post had 2 comments, just for a little perspective.
That's what he normally gets, 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So check this out.
All right, Phillies fans, let's play a little game. Your top 3 favorite Phillies of all time can reveal a lot about you. Yes, this is AI me, and here's my lineup of top 3 Phillies. Number 1, Nails himself, Lenny Dykstra. Number 2, the controversial but legendary Pete Rose. And rounding out my top 3, the ultimate aggressive player, Chase Utley. Now I'm curious, who are your top 3? Are you all about the gritty players who do anything to win, or do you lean towards the smooth operators with finesse? Maybe you're into the power hitters or the defensive wizards. Drop your top 3 in the comments, and let's see what your picks say about you as a Phillies fan. Don't forget to explain why you picked your 3.
Okay. Mike, this is what I'm worried about.
What's that?
He's gotten all these likes and comments and views on this.
Yep.
It means he's going to have to write an hour dedicated to his favorite Philly players.
It's a tale as old as time with Joe, where if something gets success, he is going to squeeze every drop out of this lemon. He's going to be AI Joe now.
It's going to be a Phillies comedy tour where he follows the Phillies to whatever city they're in that week
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, you in town to see the Phillies? Come by and see Joe Matarese talk about his favorite players.
We have a guy like that here in Boston where like he does Patriots. Supposedly he's a stand-up, but now he's on like WEEI and he does like a bunch of like Patriots events and stuff. And his name is Fitzy, but it's like a Boston character.
Right.
But it's like, hey, the game was wicked pisser last night, like that type of horse shit.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's what Joe wants to be, where it's like he's the Phillies comedian. He hosts all their events because he's done a lot of like Eagles stuff lately too.
Oh yeah.
Where he wants to be associated with those teams.
Yes. And I have to tell you, I was looking through the comments because I saw there's a lot of comments on this, and he did give an assignment out. He said, we learn a lot about people based on which 3 Phillies are their favorites. So tell me who are your top 3 and explain why. Right? That's what he said at the end of the video.
Yeah.
So I go through these comments, and every single one is just people writing down 3 names. Schmidt, Carlton, and Utley. Schmidt, Carlton, and Trillo.
Oh.
Schmidt, Tug, and Maddox. Kruk, Schilling, and Cliff Lee.
That's a weird list.
Carlton, Schmidt, Utley. Rollins, Kruk, and Cooch. It's like, this is... What are these people doing? Are they just trying to complete the assignment? Are they just trying to get a satisfaction?
Well, Joe asked for it, so we have to give it to him.
You did it, guys. You completed the assignment. You didn't do it as he specifically told you to, but it's a pass-fail, so y'all get a pass.
That's interesting because that feels like AI.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To do it that specifically.
Especially because the way people consume TikTok, and I'm not a TikTok guy, but I assume people just kind of flip through and just watch. Who's stopping and going, oh, this I have to get involved in, this conversation.
But just even the formula of the to not even go like, Jimmy Rollins, Kurt Schilling, and Chase Utley were my guys or something. You know what I mean? Like to add no other commentary, just list the names.
All right, Jonathan Silver, he got it right. He goes, I'm just going with the players I actually got to watch and remember. Utley, Morandini, Halliday, I liked defensive play. All right, there you go. You saw him play, and they're good
robotic,
defensive players. But... I know. You're right. None of this seems natural.
It feels like the comments are AI.
It goes on for a mile. And everyone lists Utley. Not a lot of there should be more Schmidt, in my opinion, but what do I know? I'm not a Phillies fan.
You're not wrong.
They weren't a good team back then, I guess.
But this is we know all the way back from the when Red Bar was covering Matarese, where it's like if he gets a sniff of success, he is going to milk that for all it's worth. And this is his most recent video, so I'm going to check next week and see if he's posted again because it seems like he thinks AI is going to be the way to go.
He will be in a full Phillies uniform with Matarese on the back of the uniform. He'll be like the Philly. Hey, I'm a Phillies.
I'm AI Joe Matarese. Hello, Phillies fans.
Yes. Here's another one that you found that, again, I think I see what his current strategy is, and we'll talk about it after.
Okay.
I bet now you could burn a McDonald's down and you wouldn't get fired. All right, I gotta tell you, I miss the Ellisburg Circle. I hate that they took all of the circles out of South Jersey. Why did they do that? It was what South Jersey was, and you got rid of the Ellisburg Circle, the Racetrack Circle. Come on, we needed our circles. I have a lot of great memories at that Ellisburg Circle. 2 of them were early jobs I had in my career. First job I ever had was at that McDonald's on Ellisburg Circle. And you remember when we grew up, it was like a treat when your parents took you to McDonald's. It was like, oh my God, we're going to McDonald's. It was like incredible. For some crazy reason, it was exciting back.
Dude, you forgot to write any jokes. This comedian is setting up punchlines that never exist.
He just he wants to make it off of nostalgia. It was his entire last special, Mullets and Mixtapes.
Right, yes.
Where he just wants all of us to go, I remember that. That happened to me. I know exactly what you're talking about, Joe. McDonald's back in the day, remember? They didn't even call it Mickey D's then. You're so right.
Oh my God. It's so sad because he also thinks he's a personality now.
Yeah.
This is something that you would post if you thought that you were like, I seen radio guys go on Instagram and do stupid rants like this to the local audience. He's just like,
Yeah.
oh, I wake up with that guy every morning. Oh, he used to work at McDonald's? That's what Joe thinks he is.
Well, that you named I was trying to think. I was like, there are some fields that I would get, and obviously radio is one of them. Where like, if you're a radio guy and you're hashtagging fucking Jersey Philly, like you want that market to focus on, I would get that to a degree.
Yeah.
Why would you give a fuck if someone in California finds you?
Right.
But if you're Joe Matarese, it seems very limiting to be a stand-up comic and only want to be big in Philly and South Jersey. Like that's his end goal.
It's going to get worse. We have one more video after this one, but let's get through this story about his first job at McDonald's.
In the 70s and early 80s. Mickey D's. I don't even think we called it that back then. It was just McDonald's. So I get a job there when I'm about 16, and I remember they said, you got to wear shoes when you work at McDonald's. And this was back in my Guido days, so all I had were a pair of those Capizios. Remember those Capizios?
Oh, we don't got
them-
no shoes over here.
Remember those Capizios?
I
So
don't, actually.
I don't. In order to follow this guy, you have to live in the area that he lived in, be the exact same age as him, and be Italian. It's a very limited audience.
Apparently live in a time where like you went barefoot.
Well, I think what he's saying is you couldn't wear sneakers. I know. The way he describes this is not.
Oh, okay. I took it as like no sandals, maybe.
No. I think they're saying you have to wear like dress shoes to work. at
Oh,
McDonald's.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was like a hippie. He's like, you can't house my foot, man.
Jazz shoes, those jazz shoes. I had a pair of tan ones and I loved them. That's what I wore to my first day at McDonald's. And I still remember the boss. It was one of those typical bosses. It was like the boss of American Burger and Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, that's a relevant reference. Fast
He
Times
wants
at
everything.
Ridgemont High.
He doesn't do it here. I thought it was coming, but he does a Damone impression from Fast Times at Ridgemont. He has like 6 references. So this is exactly like Rocky or Fast Times at Ridgemont High or maybe 3 other movies from the 80s. Like everything has to be like those things because that's all he knows.
By the way, speaking of Damone, do you remember when Anthony launched Compound Media and he had Ben Ratner, Rat?
Yeah.
Was his producer, and Rat. I always do that thing.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see Rat at Boston. I think he's coming to our Boston show.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, he works out here now, right?
I don't know where he works. I have no idea, but
I thought I heard that he relocated to Boston, but I could be
okay,
wrong.
that's very possible. That might be why he reached out to me.
Oh, interesting.
But what's amazing about him is that he is the reason why the Proud Boys started.
Boys. It's wild.
It's the craziest story.
You go from that. He's just producing Anthony. He's a virgin producing Anthony's show, and I don't know. 5 years later, whatever it would have been, Joe Biden is saying, "Denounce the Proud Boys" in the presidential debate.
Yeah, there's guys who are spending years in prison for walking into a building.
It's wild.
It's all Rat's fault.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this video. I digress, as Karmic would say.
You know, one of those bosses that gives a shit, that takes being the manager of McDonald's highly seriously. Oh, that's what I had at McDonald's. And he was like, I need you to take the oil out from the vat where the fries are frying and then replace it with a new block, which was like a block of shortening. And you had to throw it in there and then it melted into the oil that they made the fries in. He's like, take that to the trash. There's a dumpster behind here. So I'm like carrying the thing, this big vat of just dirty, fucking disgusting grease. Johnny ADD. I stubbed my toe walking through the parking lot and all the vat grease falls all over my jazz shoes. I think I started crying. I was like, my Capizios, no. I'm not going to be able to go to California East and look cool anymore.
It's California East, Delaware Valley's hottest under 21 night.
Remember, guys?
Oh, and came back in, probably had tears in my eyes, finished out the shift, and they fired me. One day at McDonald's. I bet now you could burn a McDonald's down and you wouldn't get fired. Times have changed.
I bet not.
Oh, shit. So what happened was we're 2 minutes and 43 seconds in. That punchline we heard at the beginning that was out of context and didn't mean anything was what was used at the end of this. Because it didn't make any sense to have a punchline. But Joe Matarese thinks like you got to put the funniest part up front.
He sees like Two Bears, One Cave does that with their episodes.
Or Golden Hour. Yeah, they'll show you the funniest part and then the show will start.
Yeah.
Imagine Mitch Hedberg in 2025 where it's like, so I got a cake. And then the video comes out, I wanted to buy a candle holder, but the store didn't have one. So I got a cake. Like, yeah, you kind of ruined the punchline there by saying it first.
What becomes stairs? What is he talking about?
Never out of order. What's this going to be?
I guess I'll keep watching.
That's so fucking stupid. And this story is not even real. I just want to point out real quick. I've worked in restaurants. You don't bring the old fryer grease to the dumpster. There's a very specific thing that you use to get rid of that, and you wouldn't have a vat of it.
No, and this idea of, frankly, the arrogance of Joe Matarese to stare into a camera and just tell a story and be like, this is going to be gold. This is what's going to bring me to this is the next viral video. Like with Stuttering John and Opie, I get why they think they're interesting because they were at one time. Like they had success.
Right.
What is making Joe think 35 years in when he watches that video after he films it and he has to watch it back before he posts it? What's making him look at that and go like, this will capture the audience. This is what will get me to the top.
I think I can answer that question.
Please.
Now, Mike, you're not a sighted guy, so you might not relate to this, but I like to play darts when I'm at the pub with my boys.
Yeah.
And, sometimes you're shooting at bulls. And you got to hit a bull or a double bull to try to win the game. And you throw that dart, and it doesn't hit the bull. But you tried. Maybe you'll get it next time.
All right.
This is Joe's comedy strategy.
He's a dart player. The dart player of comedy.
He's down to bullseyes, and he's a little off. But if he keeps throwing them, eventually
one of these things is going to hit. Honey, it's only been 35 years.
Give me some time. Give me some time on this. Oh, he tells the Rodney story. Rodney didn't hit until he was 55.
Right, yeah.
Everyone loves to use that analogy. The other thing, too, that started out by talking about roundabouts, what he calls circles.
And that's what he's I didn't know what the fuck. I thought it was a Jersey thing I didn't know about.
I think it is, because he was showing the aerial view of it, so I could tell it was roundabouts that he's talking about. He's like, remember we had circles? They got rid of all the circles.
Okay.
So that was like no, I don't, and what are you talking about? But then he used that to go into, remember the place that used to be near the circles, like McDonald's? Like, what? We could have gotten to McDonald's very quickly without talking about the circles first.
Right, yeah.
We all know what McDonald's is.
It could have been any building that was there. And the idea that this nostalgia thing, like he's turning to TikTok for it.
Yes.
So it's not, eliminate the South Jersey element of all of this. He's also talking to 15-year-olds who are like, no, of course I don't remember circle. It's before my parents were born.
Oh my God. You're right. When I always make fun of Opie for the way he uses TikTok, because like you got to know the audience, the people who use TikTok. It's not people who would be interested in you and Ron the waiter,
right?
From that morning laughing about shit from your childhood. And Joe Matarese is falling into maybe he's watching Opie and going, so this is how you do it.
This guy's onto something.
All right, we have one more from Joe, and this is just getting sad now. I don't know what he's doing.
Well, these were before the AI really moved him to the next level. So let's not forget that.
Okay. I would like to sit down with Joe and talk to him about this. I have so many questions.
Okay.
Remember these moments too at Enchante. We used to be cheap, so we would come after 1 a.m. so we didn't have to pay the cover to get in. If you saw a girl at 1 a.m. that you already slept with, it was the greatest find. It was like witnessing a mirage. You were like, oh my God, I've already slept with that girl. And then you would try to re-hook up with her. And it was a lot easier than starting fresh. You only had 45 minutes to last call. Go for the redo. Enchante. Still say it. Anyone who grew up here would say it. Best club ever. Best club ever. I put it up against everything. Best club ever. Come and see me. I'm going to be in this local area. June 7th and 8th. I'll be at the Punchline in Philly.
I didn't see this ending with dates, quite frankly.
Dude, I wrote down in my notes after watching this guy is completely given up as far as being a touring comedian.
Yeah.
He is at the Chad Zumock level of his comedy career where he's just like, hey, I'm Philly's funniest. Come see Philly's funniest comic. Like it doesn't even care about going to New York or Buffalo or Pittsburgh.
But I'll say this for Chad. Chad is in a state that doesn't have its own comedy scene necessarily.
Sure.
Like you might just stumble into whatever club in Tampa just because there's comedy there or something. Joe is in New Jersey. The Comedy Cellar is like 40 minutes from him.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous that he's decided, okay, here's my audience. Philadelphia baseball fans from Philadelphia who grew up in the 70s and 80s and went clubbing, because both of these last two videos we watched, he references clubs that he would go to.
Right. And he's like, it's the greatest club ever, because sometimes a girl you've already fucked would be there late at night. Which, like, so you stop talking to her, but you're going to go up to her and be like, want to fuck again? And she's going to be like, yeah, definitely.
Well, that part I got. I understand the retap strategy that he's talking about, but I didn't understand reminiscing about this club over and over again, going like, that's the best club, guys. I mean, you got to agree with me, that's the best club. You're like, we've never been to that club. Joe, what are the chances any of us have ever been to that club? We have no idea what you're talking about.
It's very specific.
Yeah, what's the point of this? Why are you promoting this club? And this nostalgia that he's going through, this is a midlife crisis or a post-midlife crisis thing.
Yeah.
This is a man who's not getting laid. His life did not go the way he had hoped. He was going to be a big star with all of his buddies there. And now he's just like living with his wife. There's no sex going on. He's heavily medicated, and he's reminiscing about being in his 20s and fucking bitches.
And he just has nothing to talk about. Like, he has nothing new going on, which is why for the last 10 years, like since Red Bar started covering him, back then it was like, medication, huh? Isn't medication crazy? Isn't it crazy that I'm on medication? It's the equivalent of me going like, just looking around the room and going, cell phones. I mean, remember when we just had rotary phones, gang? Like, he's just looking for anything around him that he can talk about.
And I saw his comedy last year, and he still does the medication stuff. That's still a big part of it.
Good. It's really unique now in this day and age to be on fucking Wellbutrin. No one else is.
Well, the sad part is the way he introduces it, that his wife makes him go on these things.
Right.
And I mean, we all know the story of Joe Matarese. He was a successful comic who was very funny, and then his wife turned him into this through medication.
You might be overstating that a little bit, but yes.
I don't know, man. I've heard from people that he was very good. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
We still have some stuff to get to. This dad and daughter dream team I'm going to introduce you to. I think you're going to enjoy. We got Rosie O'Donnell. We got Woke Dad coming in. But first, I want to thank the people who are watching. Over 550 people here watching live. We appreciate you being here every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern and supporting the show.
Yay, Super Chats.
And the best way to support the show is supertip.gg/WATP. Try it out. It's fun, like Audiophile America.
I remember when Fagin made me shine shoes on the corner to distract people while the artful Dodger would take their wallets. Like and hashtag if you remember.
It's perfect.
I don't think I ever heard Matarese's voice on here.
Oh, yeah, we have Joe Matarese on here, too. I forget about that. So AO1012 was the one who wrote, Brady was the driving force, not Bill. And then he also wrote, I don't know or care about Jordan. I watch football. Right. No, that wasn't the point. We're not a football show.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about guys who are getting embarrassed by their significant others online. That's
sure. I don't actually want to do a show only talking about Jordan.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Miguel, $5. I want the link to the IHOP security cameras website. There has to be gold in those hills.
I'm stunned that IHOP employees are checking security cameras.
I know. The guy seemed surprised too. He was like, "No, you didn't. You didn't
Get
go
the
look
fuck
at
out of here."
Yeah, come on. You think I was counting cards? What do you mean you were looking at security cameras?
That's why he had nothing. He's like, no chance they have security cameras.
Right. Steve Morton, $5. Question for Karl. While perusing the different social media sites for content, do you think to yourself, the asteroid can't hit soon enough? I've lost all hope for humanity.
There is some of that, yeah.
That is for sure. I was watching a video where a kid is actively shitting his pants while playing a video game, Mafia 3, and his mom's going, "You got to go to the bathroom. Go to the toilet. You're shitting yourself." He's going, "Mom, hold on." And I guess we had already played it on this show because I had it in my notes. And then somebody on our Discord was just like, they played this 2 years ago. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Damn it.
But yeah, when I see shit like that, I'm like, oh, this is not going well for us. In the
See,
Western
my algorithm now is boring versions of Woke Dad.
Oh, interesting.
So that's all I get now is people like not as good as him, unfortunately.
Not as good. Not as narcissistic. Is that what you mean?
Basically.
I miss old Howard Stern, $2. I saw Joe M play a men's baseball league last year. Play in a men's baseball league last year.
Oh, he advertised it. What did you see him live or did you watch his TikTok?
Yeah, good question. What did he hit that day?
He got into I remember when he was still doing his podcast, he explained he got into a beef with one of his teammates over like lack of hustle or something. And he was explaining this on the podcast. And
what an
just
asshole.
like, who could possibly give a fuck, Joe?
Dude, you're over 50 playing baseball. Relax, man. I miss old Howard Stern says, Joe played baseball as you'd expect. Okay, so he was terrible. What position Joe Matarese would play? I would imagine he's in the outfield.
I can't remember. He definitely talked about it a lot, but I can't remember.
$5 says, hi, Karl. Woke Dad is the greatest. Do you like pork chops or chicken? Will Jen sell a bikini top? I'll donate $100 to Woke Dad if she will. First off, I don't appreciate what that money goes towards. We'll talk about that later. Chicken over pork chops, for sure.
I agree.
And I could steal one of Jen's bikini tops and just send it to you. If that'll make you happy.
Well, why? You got $100 in your hands here.
We aim to please.
Why sell yourself short?
Well, I think that she'd get mad at me if I sold it. But if I just gave it away.
I guess.
You know?
That's much more noble.
Yeah, her tits aren't for profit, Mike. They're for enjoyment.
Right.
You understand.
Absolutely.
All right, this one came into me from R on Discord. There's these TikTokers called Dad and Daughter Dream Team. And the dad has a 20-year-old daughter who's a virgin and saving herself for marriage.
Sweet.
Which is noble. And he very much encourages this, as you'll see in this video.
Okay, guys, we got something special for you, so please don't go anywhere. Stop scrolling, all right? So, I am about to give Sarah a purity ring, but I'm going to do it in a very special way. I am actually going to make it look like a marriage proposal. Now, don't get the wrong idea. It's not a marriage proposal, okay?
I should mention, we're watching this video from another channel that put in this music behind it. So that's why there's this music.
This is not him.
Right. The person who posted this video doesn't think that this is appropriate behavior.
Okay. All right. Thank God.
Yeah, just to let you know.
This is just, I'm very grateful that she has remained pure to this point and is continuing to remain pure. And I want to give this to her as a sign that I'm proud of her. There it is. She's going to love it. Okay, so let's go get Sarah. Okay. Sarah, I need you to get up, honey.
Her room is disgusting. It's filthy. She's laying in bed.
Just don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay. Just trying to read a book.
Yes?
You do it.
You're about to find out.
Yeah.
So she's very much dressed for being at home, just like little short shorts and a t-shirt.
Nice.
Okay.
Nothing you want to be on TikTok wearing, but now her dad is, she's standing up now and her dad's talking to her.
Sad but true.
Well, I want to thank you for remaining pure.
I want to thank you for being here, and I want to give you something.
Being pure, I think he said.
What?
Oh, yeah. You're right, being pure.
Okay.
Okay? So, Sarah.
Yeah.
So he gets down on one knee right here.
Pulls out his cock.
What? What is this?
Sarah, will you wear this ring as a sign and a promise to God and to me
What the
to
fuck?
remain pure until the day you're married.
Yes. That is gorgeous.
Give me your left hand. Okay. This ring will remain on your
Why would you
left
get down
ring
on one knee for that? Don't you understand the
till day
creepy connotations?
Your husband.
Apparently not. And he's putting it on her ring finger on the left hand, like you would put your wedding ring. And he's saying, okay, this is going to stay on your finger until a guy puts a different ring on this finger.
There's another ring there in its place. It's a sign that you will remain pure.
And a sign that you will remain pure.
Nice.
And then they hug.
You too.
Sweet girl.
Oh boy. And he kisses her. And now she walks over to the camera, show the ring.
I like it.
Oh boy. I got to tell you, Mike, I think the thing that's going to keep her pure is not the ring, but that tooth to gum ratio that she has going.
Oh, poor girl.
It's not great.
The poor dear.
Could you imagine being that obsessed with your daughter's vagina?
That is, I guess that's the other side. That's the religious version of woke dad, where like,
yeah,
you care way too much about. Like, if your kids have questions about sex, answer them as best as you see fit, and that's where your role in that ends.
Right.
You shouldn't have any other part in what your kid does as far as fucking. It's so creepy.
I wish her answer when he said, "Will you remain pure?" was just like, "Can I do butt stuff?" Like, have some fun with it.
She's like, "All right, starting now."
Right? Yes. I can't wait to be a virgin again. So, Mike, these people, I guess there's lots of videos where it's this guy talking about his daughter's virginity.
Oh God.
And
why? I don't want to know about it. Leave me alone.
Well, apparently there's a whole subreddit that exists to talk about these videos. There's 7,700 people in the subreddit.
Okay.
So I went over there and I saw a recent post that was just put out, and this is kind of fun. This guy is acting as if he is the dad, and he also plays the daughter too in this.
Hey everybody, it's me from the Dad and Daughter Dream Team. More like Nightmare. But anyway, I'm here with a special announcement. I got my daughter a purity ring to wear.
It's a ring
So
pop.
I'm gonna go give it to her. Like an engagement.
Hey, sweetie, come here.
Yes, Daddy?
Will you wear this ring as a promise to me and to God that you will stay pure until you're married?
Oh.
What you think? Isn't it pretty?
Uh-huh.
You gonna say something, you whore?
Sure, I'll take it. Thank you.
She loves it.
Hey, Sarah.
Anyway, this goes on for some time, but apparently people are having some fun with this.
And what I'm fascinated by is what has he done to her that the reaction isn't, "Oh my God, you're filming this? Turn that off!" Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like the
fact
idea
the
that
daughter's going along with that.
not just goes along, but like shows like she's almost happy that he's filming it.
Yeah.
Like that's weird.
Oh, there's something going on here that's even worse than what we're imagining.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think
that
it's,
seems
yeah,
like
I
a
think
creepy house.
that's what everyone's picking up on that's watching this. They're going, "Oh, this is very unhealthy."
So
at
are
best.
there more? Because I know so the video we played wasn't from his actual account.
Right.
Is this what his account is?
As far
you know
as
what I mean?
know.
Like, is it
Yes.
all him and his daughter?
Let me look into that.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
Let me look
just for
into
safety's
that.
sake. I'm curious.
Right, because as I said, it's suggested on the Discord, and then people started discovering the subreddit. And
Yeah, let us
going down the
know this
rabbit
guy's
hole.
actual account because I want to know if it's all of this because that's terribly creepy.
And I want to thank people who are on our Discord. We're getting lots of people in there. We appreciate that. It's free to join. You go to whoarethese.com, you get a link to the Discord, and there's a Who Are These Socials channel in there. And that's where you share things that you want us to look at on this show, or just share things with each other that you find entertaining. That's where I got Ye's buddies singing Hail Hitler in
Sure.
Hollywood. So we
Fun
get a lot of
stuff like that.
Yeah, that's where we get a lot of the great stuff that we show on here. The other place that we go to when we want content for Who Are These Socials is Rosie O'Donnell's TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Rosie. She's
Well, it's good to get an update. I've been worried about her in Ireland. You know, obviously, we're under a dictatorship now, so she had to flee the country.
And she's so lucky she got out.
I know, none of us got out. We're all held captive here, but she escaped. God bless her. And but she's reporting back to the homeland.
Okay, yeah. Let's get a progress report.
Good morning, everyone. 9:30 in Ireland, and
not when we're watching this. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. This is not. I don't know if she knows how TikTok works. And everyone's watching live.
Traffic and weather. Oh, actually, we do get weather. I forgot. I was making a joke.
Yes,
but
right now, you're right. It's coming up right now.
Another day of sun, perhaps. Supposed to rain, but you know, we've had like 20 days in a row of sunshine, which everyone in Ireland is so thrilled whenever it's sunny that they go outside and they spill out from the pubs into the sidewalk and they're...
Did she just say that everyone in Ireland's a drunk?
Well,
everyone in Ireland spills out from the pubs when it's sunny out.
She's not wrong. But.
All right, fair enough.
But it's like, I say this all the time when we talk about Rosie, but it's like talking to your Nana. It's like, well, it's been rainy again today, and, you know, I'm just looking for a little bit. And you're like, yeah, oh, good, Nana, okay. Well, I think Mom wants to talk to you again. Bye.
No. Did I tell you about Harvey?
Okay, gotta go.
Who's Harvey, Nana? Well, he's the squirrel that I play with in the backyard.
Yes.
Harvey and Buster. We haven't seen Buster in a few days, but I'm getting his favorite treats together. All right, Nana. Okay. By the way, the Ireland Tourism Board has asked her to stop making these videos. It's not helping them at all.
They fight each other. They beat their wives.
And they're in shorts and a tank top, and you know, they're even swimming. They're swimming in the ocean when it's like 80 degrees. Crazy, but beautiful to see. You know, when I lived in...
Well, as you're going to find out, Mike.
Swimming in the ocean when it's 80 degrees.
Well, as you're going to find out, Mike, she used to live in SoCal.
Oh, that's true, I guess.
In SoCal, the Pacific Ocean, it's a little nicer, you know.
It was different. Can you believe? 5,000 miles away, the weather is different.
80 degrees. Crazy, but beautiful to see. You know, when I lived in LA, every day was sunny, but nobody really appreciated it as much as they appreciate it here. So that tells you a little about supply and demand, right?
All right, I have to argue with this right now because it's very well known that you don't appreciate things until they're gone. That you get used to things that you should probably appreciate. But it's not an economics lesson. The fact that it's sunny in LA very often and people bitch about when it rains 3 times a year is not anything to do with supply and demand. Idiot.
That's a good point. Well, there's just more sunshine there. Because they're demanding it.
When it's a rarity than you do when it's a constant. So that's interesting, I think.
Nope.
I did a little stand-up set last night at the Crack Den. And I brought my own mic stand because some of the stands here are different than I'm used to, and they have like 3 prongs on the bottom, and I need that heavy...
This sounds like an insufferable diva to work
Mike, with. When she said, I bring my own mic stand to the comedy club, all I'm picturing is all of the eye rolling going on in the green room. Oh, Rosie's here. I guess we got to swap out the stand again for Rosie.
You don't think the staff of the Crack Den is used to that type of shit?
No, I think that most comics can figure it out.
What is so complicated? I've seen mic stands before.
Yeah.
The most complex couldn't be worth dragging with you to a venue.
Well, no, she's going to explain why she needs a specific type of mic stand for her comedy stylings here.
My own mic stand because some of the stands here are different than I'm used to, and they have like 3 prongs on the bottom, and I need like that heavy base that's flat but a little bit of an oval, like half a circle, so that when you
was she a prop comic? She's swinging it around.
It's easier.
Dude, this is crazy to me. This whole idea that she has to be able to sway with her mic stand in order to do comedy. Just take the mic off the fucking stand and hold it and sway all you want.
And what
doesn't make any sense to me.
This is, by the way, a woman that has sacrificed. You know, she's really changed her life because this awful orange man is in office, this son of a bitch. And she's putting these people that work, I'm guessing it's a fucking 150 seat venue. It doesn't sound like it's a theater.
Yeah, right.
And these people are like, okay, we'll switch out the mic stands. Sorry, ma'am, Miss O'Donnell, our mic stand wasn't good enough for you.
She's such a pain in the ass, is really how you sum her up.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Everything's a miserable pain in the
someone
ass.
was on The View, and now she's talking about bringing your own mic stand to open mic at the local comedy club.
Little bit of an, oval, like half a circle, so that when you move, it's easier. It's what I'm used to. So anyway, the really nice host guy, he went up and switched the mic before he introduced me, but he hit the button that turned the mic
Who gives
off.
a shit to learn his name,
I also love, so I won't play it, but the rest of the story is that Rosie gets up and there's an on-off switch on the microphone, and the guy turned it off. She gets up and she starts talking to it, and no one can hear her. It's like, yeah, you didn't think to look at the mic and see if there was an on-off button?
No,
she's like, God, it's crazy. I couldn't figure it out.
She just makes the guy come back, and she's like, I guess no one can hear. By her explanation, I always say this when people like this talk, where we're only hearing one side of the story.
Yeah,
that's what's amazing to me.
And we don't like you. Yeah, we think you're the problem.
We're hearing it filtered through her belief of what it actually is, and we're like, oh, God, Rosie, why are you behaving this way?
Right. Why are you being the asshole in this? All right, so you just wrote, this woman is snapping. This is another TikTok she put out. This one is through a filter. She's DJ Electrified. She's a little cartoony in this one.
That's true. Who am I to criticize anyone for this, I guess? But yeah, that's a fair way to describe it.
We love Electrify, but this is Rosie playing around with filters here.
Okay, just have to say this makes me laugh a little bit. It's me with a cartoon, Botox, stretched eyes, fuller lips, perfecter nose. Perfecter isn't a word.
Oh, Rosie. Jesus.
How are you?
All right,
You
watch
good?
this one.
We
Now
didn't
I'm an
get a lot
old
of
man.
sleep,
This is
guys.
me if I was bald.
Yes.
We got it. We've all seen it.
We get it. Yeah, it's good stuff, Rosie. You're killing it.
Very stuffy nose, which brings tremendous distress.
Oh, hold on. Let me back that up a little bit. This is insane right here, what she's talking about. She didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
You good? We didn't get a lot of sleep. Clay was sick.
Oh, no.
Very stuffy nose, which brings tremendous distress.
Oh, God, is he all right?
Clay, I think, is her daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it all right?
Her daughter's 12 years old, had a stuffy nose, and that causes tremendous distress.
What did they say at the hospital when you brought her?
I mean, seriously, fuck off with this woman. Her daughter has the sniffles. She's like, we couldn't sleep last night. It was too much to get through.
Tremendous distress. And this, by the way, is a liberal woman who cares about all the downtrodden in the world. Of
course. Right.
Like this is people who are really going through stuff out there. And again, that goddamn orange man doesn't care about them.
And it really started getting thick at like 9 or 10 o'clock. And that's when I rolled over and the arm on my glasses came off. So now I have these old ones that I have.
Is she sleeping with her daughter? Yeah. Are they sleeping in the same bed?
Seems like it.
Ugh.
I mean, there's no other way to take that story, right?
Correct. And I know that most of her adopted kids have left her and are happy to not be in her life anymore.
Sure, yeah.
I'm starting to see why. I'm seeing a glimpse into this.
She's an exhausting lady.
Ugh.
I also have some kind of funky blue ones. I'll go try them on too. But
oh, good. I was hoping.
Just wanted to check in, see how everyone is doing, and talk a little bit about.
How are you doing that? May I ask? How are you seeing how we're doing? What is the?
Yeah, good point.
How are we going to give you this feedback? Actually, Rosie, I'm not doing real well. I was just diagnosed with a terminal disease.
Sniffles.
I have
just diagnosed with sniffles.
I got sniffles, and it turns out they're real bad. And,
my doctor says these sniffles won't clear up for days, if not weeks.
I'm gonna leave my family penniless, and I really don't know what to do. That's how I'm doing, Rosie. Your response,
Rosie? I'm living in Trump's America. How do you think I'm doing over here?
Exactly.
Holy shit! Have you bought toilet paper in America? You know how expensive it is.
The orange mobster wannabe.
There it is.
Putting hatred towards Bruce Springsteen and Taylor Swift.
Are these the problems of our day?
Those
Is
poor
Bruce
kids.
Springsteen having a tough go at it? Taylor Swift? Oh no.
Is Bruce going to be all right?
Oh no. This lady moves all the way to Ireland to get away from Trump, and yet he's living rent-free. Move on, Rosie.
Not only that, watch how badly she moved nations, continents to get away from this man. Watch how she injects herself into this story.
Yeah, okay.
Like he did me.
Yep.
But
Yep, you're just like Bruce Springsteen and Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Those are the names we always throw together of the greats of our time.
Two of the most successful artists ever at this point. Like, you can put Taylor in that category at this point. And Rosie's like, it's exactly the same. It is just the big three, me, Bruce, and Taylor. Like, no one's thought about you since the debate where Trump had that great line. No one's thinking about Rosie anymore.
say something about him that he doesn't like, and he'll threaten to sue you, which sometimes he sues people. He never sued me because, you know what, I didn't tell any lies about him.
She's talking like Trump. Is she doing that on purpose? You know what? He sues people. He didn't sue me because I.
Well, it's funny that she goes. Well, I'm going to play the rest of this.
When you tell the truth, they can't sue you for the truth, right?
Isn't that interesting? Because also Rosie never sued Trump, who called her a disgusting pig. So apparently,
she's like, "Hey, it's not slander, you know."
Yeah, right. Like, what
the
do you
guy
do?
was by the books on that one.
I am both disgusting and pig-like. So yes, I don't think a jury of my peers would find it any other way. Holy shit, she needs to move on. I can't believe she's making videos about her daughter having the sniffles and not getting any sleep, and then Trump's
I
mad
hear
at Bruce Springsteen.
I hear like Ari Shaffir every couple of years or however often will like buy a flip phone and just go to whatever fucking country.
Costa Rica or something.
He's like, let me just get away from it all. And that's how you get away from it all.
Yes.
You don't just go to a different country and stay doing the exact same routine you were doing before, looking at TikTok every day, feeding into the same news, talking about it, injecting yourself into Trump's storylines, hoping that the news will pick up on it. That's not how you get away from it all. It doesn't matter that you're in Ireland. You're still doing all the same shit.
It's almost like Rosie is unhealthy mentally.
A little bit.
It's almost like that, I wonder.
What do you like? If you were changing countries to get away from a politician, wouldn't you think you would stop following that country's news cycle?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
She just did it to grandstand. It's all bullshit.
She'll be back in a year, I would think.
Speaking of people who are mentally ill, this one came in from #1 Kumiakuk in our Discord. This woman is very distraught. All I can say is #Free Palestine.
Oh, no.
What? That's not the... God damn it, I have the wrong video on here.
Carl's playing a beheading video.
Son of a
He's just
bitch.
Free Palestine and then shows actual violence.
No, it's actually that clip of that video game where the guy is shitting his pants. I guess I grabbed that clip instead of the one that I was looking for. But give me a second. It's right here in our Discord.
All right.
There it is. I found it. I tracked it down. This is from #1 Kumiakuk. I'm worried about this woman who's sitting in her car and recording this.
How are people sleeping? Like, I am losing sleep over this. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of people dying, like starving to death. And we're all just going on with our normal lives. And there's babies screaming and crying because they don't have any milk. They have no food. What the fuck are we doing?
What are you doing?
Right.
If you are not standing against this, you are a part of this. What do we do? I am just some...
All right, I'm standing.
Mom in Nevada. I don't know what to do to
All right,
help,
guys.
please.
Mike's going to stand up, and we'll keep him standing there as you guys donate money to the goal.
We've solved it.
Every 2 minutes.
I'll stand.
What do we do? I'm sitting here watching China dropping food, and we're doing nothing but some...
Oh, yeah, no. China's government's great. That's a really good point. They're wonderful.
Let's all move to China. They figured it out.
Yeah, that's great.
military arms. Like, what the I just put my little baby, 18-month-old baby, to sleep
Down.
after.
Jesus, you put it to sleep. What does that mean?
I don't want her to grow up in this world.
Yeah, right. Can you imagine this is a confessional that we're hearing right now?
Wait, I gotta tell you, that would be something.
Yes.
That would be doing something. I wouldn't agree with it, but it would
Right.
be doing something, right? As opposed to crying into your camera.
Yeah. 2.5 years ago, if I had known about this whole thing, I wouldn't have gotten knocked up. So I'm fixing that problem right now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having this woman as your mother?
Oh, God. Because they don't have an answer for, well, what are you doing? But you're literally crying about it. You've literally gotten under the covers and sobbed about it. So you're doing less than nothing.
To sleep after a full tummy in a warm bed. And there are babies covered in flies, fucking starving. And we're just
don't
over
feed
here
the thing then.
fucking
What do you
living our lives.
want?
Please, someone tell me what we do. How do we help? This is not okay.
I have an answer for this woman that can put her at ease.
Please. I'm interested.
You've helped. You fed the kid. You did your job. You did virtually all you could do, you know? I guess you could also donate to a charity where you don't know where the fucking money goes. But for the most part, if you're worried about kids starving and having flies on them, the one you're in control of, you've not done that.
That's
So,
good. Yes. The warm
mission
bed,
accomplished.
the tummy full. Yes. These are
did
good
it.
things.
Yeah.
What I don't understand about people like this, and of course there's atrocities going on, and it is very depressing the more that you learn about it, but I have some really bad news for her about China in the 60s, the USSR in the 30s.
What?
Like,
what were they up to?
What happened? Like, to sit here and like worry about every horrible thing that's happened to humanity would be so exhausting. I don't know what to tell you. You kind of got to just move on and do what you're doing.
It's very fun. If you look at them, if you zoom out and look at America, like, we kind of did it, you know? We figured it all out as far as, like, not that we completely solved every problem, but, like, it is the best place to live. And the only problems we really have now are that other places have problems and we feel bad about that.
Right.
Like, what? Oh, God, it's so bad here. People are intolerant of gays. It's like, really? Look at any other country.
Yeah. And actually, they get shunned by society when they're intolerant of gays here. So who's winning?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like they're applauded for stomping queers. It's not how the
That is
world
the other
works
thing. Is
anymore.
like, I'm sure this woman has a lot of thoughts about that, and it's like, well, how do you think they handle them in those countries that you're so sad about?
All right, I want to thank people who are supporting this show. We do have Woke Dad coming up, but first,
Yay, super chats.
I miss old Howard Stern says I was the umpire. No shit.
At what, Brendan Schaub's Little League game?
I think we're going back to Joe Matarese playing baseball.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry.
I like that idea. How funny was that? That idiot getting kicked out.
I'll be talking about that on Sunday because he went on his podcast this week, and he's like, listen, first of all, the umpire was an asshole. Also, whoever filmed me is a piece of shit.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So it was everyone else's fault.
He didn't
oddly
like
enough.
getting caught.
Yeah.
Being the problem. Arkansas's theorem says, great show, boys. Cheers. If you want to know the truth. If you want to know the truth. Arkansas. One of these days I'm going to get that right. Arkansas theorem. Drunkle Greg, $5. Stoked to hear this tomorrow. Got trapped by Why Are You Laughing Carl Reiner episode. I love you, beautiful idiots.
What was the first part of that?
Stoked to hear this tomorrow.
Oh, got it. Okay. I heard it all as one sentence.
Yeah,
well, thank you, sir.
We'll put this out as we always do as our audio podcast on the audio feed of Who Are These Socials. But yes, the Carl Reiner episode of Why Are You Laughing? It's great.
Thank you. Yes.
One
of our least popular episodes. So go back and check it out if you haven't seen it.
Andy Montemayor says, hey, Carol, do you remember the Smithereens? I don't. Is that a band? What are the Smithereens?
Sounds like it. I don't know.
I know the Smiths. Morrissey.
There's a smaller version of them.
Smithereens. All right, let's head over to our buddy, the Wokest Woke.
Sitting in my mobile coffee shop, making videos.
videos about my transvestite children for TikTok.
I have another jingle on here. I don't remember what this is. Let's see.
Who are these for people?
All right.
Who are these for people?
Our first batch of AI jingles had a lot of Christmas music for some reason.
You'll be hearing that again in December, folks.
Yes, that's what we'll bring that back. Good call. All right. So this is very interesting. I did a couple of Woke Dad clips on Drew's show this week, and I didn't pull this one because we don't get as deep into the Woke Dad lore on his show, or lore, I should say, on his show.
Yeah.
But this is very interesting because, as we know, Woke Dad is excommunicated parts of his family, including his own parents.
Oh, so by the way, I scrolled by a video in one of my long searches for old videos.
Mm-hmm.
I believe his father is no longer with us, unfortunately.
Oh.
So I think it's his mother and other family members that he is.
Okay.
So it's good that his widowed mother is the one.
Right. Don't support her at all.
Yeah.
Just stop talking to her
Yeah,
and make sure
yeah.
she can't see the grandkids.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a message directly to her then, I think.
If you are the parent to an adult child or adult children who have gone no contact for what you keep considering to be no reason, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you are the reason. Your actions or your words.
So fuck you, Mom.
Is this crazy? He's revealing so much.
That he thinks of himself as an adult child, whatever that means.
Well, that's part of it, yes. No, but the idea that his mom's going, I don't know why we can't communicate with you anymore. I don't know what we did to you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I voted for Trump. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Listen, I'm sure, my guess is she's probably a lady that can't not talk about it either. Like when he goes on one of his rants, I'm sure she's like, this is what you people do, you know? Like I'm sure she's goaded him a little bit. But like to cut them off entirely instead of just have some kind of debate or be like, hey, we can't talk politics around each
just
other.
a
Whatever.
truce. Just be like, yeah, let's not talk politics. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I guarantee this guy's lecturing everyone all the time.
You think?
Yeah,
What's
so
giving you that idea?
It's probably pretty hard to not talk politics around the Thanksgiving table.
Your actions or your words have hurt them in a way that they can't see past. And it wasn't just one thing. It wasn't just that one thing. It was many things. It isn't just about politics. It was a lot of things that led up to this. Your values may be different. Your actions and words may hurt them or hurt.
That's interesting. So it wasn't just politics. So like right here, and I'm reading into this, obviously, but right here he's saying it's not just because you voted for Trump. Yeah, I'm also mad at you for other reasons.
Right, because you wouldn't let me go out. You took my car keys that weekend, and I really wanted to hang out with my friends.
I was going to go on a date with Sally, and you fucked it all up for me, Mom.
I think you meant Sal, but yeah.
He was a Sally, though.
Your actions and words may hurt them or hurt others or hurt people they care about.
This whole thing that words can hurt him, so pathetic.
Yeah, they're very painful words.
No, they're not. I guarantee you they're not.
Whatever it is, though, if you want to be a part of their life, you need to stop those actions. You need to take responsibility for them. You need to genuinely apologize, and not the type of apology that starts with, I love you, but the type of apology that's, I love you and I'm working on this. I care about you enough.
Oh, hey, you know what?
A priority.
Yeah, so go do it, Dan. Go for it.
Oh,
go do that to your mom.
These are rules for thee, not for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. The mom's supposed to do it.
He's literally saying you have to change who you are for me if you want to talk to your grandkids.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression Daniel was waking up and saying,
No.
hey, maybe I should apologize to my mom, the woman who raised me.
No, he's saying just the opposite. He's saying not only do you have to change who you are fundamentally as a person so I can get along with you, but you have to give me a heartfelt apology for the actions that you've taken, voting for Trump, in the past that offended me.
This is what like a teenage girl was doing in 2016, like the first time Trump ran. If she had a Republican father, I'm not talking to you, Dad, until you apologize for what you've done. Like Daniel's a 40-something-year-old man having this argument with his mommy on TikTok.
Is he though? This is wild that he's putting out this video pretending like this is just a public service announcement for a lot of
This is
people.
for
who are
all
going
of
through
us.
this.
Yeah, this will benefit all of us.
This is just to your family members specifically.
Yeah.
That I seek change so that you can still be in my life. It's the best you can do.
Let me back that up a little bit, because he literally says, you need to change if you want me to be in your life.
That I seek change so that you can still be in my life. It's the best you can do. And I think your kids are worth it.
Wow. Wouldn't it be great if mom's response is, actually Christmas is way better without you. It's so carefree and no one's worried about saying the wrong thing and getting lectured.
Oh, I would love a unwoke mom TikTok account.
Unwoke grandma. That'd be amazing. I think woke.dad is going to get on that.
Good, yeah. Tell her about this. But by the way, this is a message to her that I'm sure she doesn't know about.
Right.
Unless he's sending it to her. I'm sure this lady's not on
That's
TikTok.
possible.
I wonder what my son is up to.
Well, that's interesting, because I just remembered Dan explained why he started a TikTok in the first place. And it was to communicate to his 2 children specifically, because he didn't see them because, obviously he's divorced. And
They're with that monster.
They're with that narcissistic
All these women,
monster.
it's weird. All these women in his life are such terrors.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's interesting.
But he started a TikTok for an audience of 2.
Yeah.
So this is not a new phenomenon with him, where he's going to social media and putting out a post publicly that is meant for 1 or 2 people who are in his immediate family.
Oh, the other 140,000 of you followers are watching this? This is just for my kids. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were
Ignore
there.
this one.
Yeah.
My bad. All right. So obviously last week we played Dan asking for money so that he could give coffee to the food bank drive.
Mm-hmm.
But then he also, the next day, came out and said, I also need money so that I can get coloring books and crayons for the children of these people who are going to the food bank.
Things cost money. You know who to thank for that.
So he needed a lot of money for multiple reasons last week.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to say that he came back this week to give us a status report, a little update on that.
People don't wait in line at a food bank for 2 hours for a quarter cart of groceries because they're trying to cheat the system, like they have their hand out. They do it because they need those groceries to be able to survive. And
who's he arguing with? Was anyone going, these are all rich millionaires lining up for this free food? What the fuck?
Bullshit. They can all afford it.
Why are all these bankers lining up for this free food, Dan?
Fat cats.
Yeah, who's he arguing with on this? Like, no, we know it's a charitable organization. We're fine with it. No one's complaining about a food bank. Jesus. Fucking weirdo.
I reached out asking you guys for help last week, and this week I was able to give 30 cups of coffee to people waiting in line.
Okay.
Wow.
30 cups of coffee. Now, so he needed people to donate money to him so that he could give out 30 cups of coffee. He's very proud of this. He's coming back and saying how much of a success this was.
Mm-hmm.
What could it cost him to make a cup of coffee? Less than $1. Have to be.
Definitely, I would think. Yeah, if he's buying in bulk and everything, yeah.
Let's pretend it's 50 cents. He says that there's inflation and everything's going up. It's not, but let's pretend it's 50 cents. That means he raised $15.
I bet some of these greedy fucks had milk or cream in there, though. You're not adding that in.
Okay. So 50 cents a cup, like I said, $15. And he's bragging about this. Guys, can you believe it? I give out 30 cups of coffee.
It's pretty impressive.
I mean, I worked for a company that literally supplied coffee for the entire company.
Well, he's just a mom and pop. He's just a pop, I guess.
I guess I just don't put a huge value on coffee.
Well, that's the interesting part to me is not even so much the cost of it. It's that he didn't nourish these homeless people in any way.
Right. Yeah. Here's some
coffee.
caffeine.
They're still starving.
Yeah. Yeah. These people who are running their cars and burning gasoline while they're waiting to get this free food.
And
He's
actually,
not just like, here's a gas card. He's not saying that. Here's a cup of coffee.
Coffee dehydrates you. So now they need more water than they needed before.
Yeah.
People waiting to get some food, a little bit of joy for them. And today I'm still working on gift bags that I'm going to give to that same food bank. They're going to hand out to local kids. And those gift bags are going to have coloring books and crayons and little toys and stuff. And thanks to you guys and all the items that you've ordered off the wish list, I get to make some of those kids so freaking happy.
Okay, I got to pause it again. I apologize. So he has this Amazon wish list, and you can go on there and you can buy things, and then he takes those items, puts them in bags, and gives them to children. Mike, I remember being of the age when I had crayons and a coloring book. Vaguely, but I remember it.
Good.
It didn't change my day. I wouldn't be like, oh, I have a coloring book today and I can color in it. It's just an activity that children do to kill time.
But I assume, despite the facade you put on, I bet you were a pretty good kid. I'm sure, at least when your mother handed you the coloring book and crayons, you said, Mom, what hero can I thank for these items? What brave superhero gave you these?
No, I looked and saw there was 50 cents for the coloring book and $1.20 for the crayons, and I went, thanks. It's free. It never made my day. It never changed the course of my day having a coloring book.
Oh, Daniel Alexander's the best, Mom. Thanks. Tell him thanks.
Times are getting tough for a lot of people. Times are getting very tough. And I am so...
There are children without coloring books as we speak. Palestine, Schmalestine.
It's an epidemic. I want a coloring book in every hand.
There are kids with only 3 shades of blue. Can you believe that?
Much like that lady we were talking about before, he's not solving a real problem.
No.
Why isn't he feeding these starving
Not
people?
even close. He's making other people buy coloring books and crayons so that he can hand them out to children who may or may not want that.
These people are in line at a food bank. He's giving them coffee and coloring books.
Little Debbie stacks would be better.
I'll get to the coloring book once I eat. I'm still very hungry.
Yeah, right. No shit.
Forever thankful that I get to be the conduit for your kindness.
Mm-hmm.
So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Oh, that's nice. We're the heroes, it turns out.
This is like
That's a nice
Stolen
little
Valor. Is this a version of Stolen Valor that we're looking at right here?
How do you mean?
So Dan says, guys, give me money so that I can give the money to this charity.
Yeah.
People give him money and he goes, holy shit, the charity is so impressed with me. I fucking crushed it. They were applauding me. I was up on their shoulders. They threw a parade for me. They're like, yeah, but Dan, what the fuck?
It's fine. It's fine. I put it in your names, guys. Don't worry about it.
He doesn't even do that. So Teresa Tree on my house in our Discord gave me an update with a link to the Amazon wish list. He has removed the iPads from the wish list. I guess he got a little bit too much feedback.
He probably got all of them. He probably is chock full of iPads. Right?
I doubt it. He wanted 5 $600 iPads, and then the stylus pencil that comes extra for a couple $100 as well.
Yeah, that was probably a faux pas on Daniel's part when he was saying these are all underprivileged kids. I need 50 iPads for the art studio.
Yeah. I don't know if you know trans kids, but they have very few iPads. They really need iPads, these trans kids.
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I'm sure we have at some point, but that just dawned on me about the art studio. They're not even underprivileged kids. They're just like black or trans.
Oh, no, but in his mind, though.
Automatically?
Right.
Yeah. Like they could be well-off black kids.
Yes.
Or trans kids that are in his art studio.
No shit. But they're vulnerable, Mike.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's
vulnerable
it's very difficult
to podcasters.
Right.
If us podcasters got our hands on them, oh boy, would it be a problem?
Meanwhile, if white me tries to stumble in there, I'll be getting
get the fuck out of here. So this is crazy. Dan is now transitioning full on into queer kid stuff.
Oh.
He has purchased one. If you remember when we've covered queer kid stuff on WATP in the past, maybe on this show, it's incredible because they have this little plush doll, and this non-binary person, and they read these books that are made for pre-K children with lots of big pictures and few words.
Yeah. The problem is, though, they're not radical enough for Dan. I think they're not extreme enough for Daniel.
So Dan has purchased one of these books and is going to read it to us on his TikTok.
Good.
Every time I make a video about consent, a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of dudes jump into my comment section and tell me...
I'm sorry. Just the first few words. Every time I make a video about consent, why are you making so many videos about consent? Who's asking for this?
And then he says a bunch of guys jump into his comment section.
Yeah.
Which he must spend a lot of time deleting comments. I was talking about this with Drew.
Oh, because they're never in there?
No, every comment is glowing.
Yeah.
Every comment in his section is about how amazing he is. In fact, this video specifically, it has almost 6,000 likes. This one has a ton, 379 comments on this video, which is unheard of for Woke Dad. This is a big one for him.
You would think hateful comments would be good for his brand in a way. Because he could show and be like, hey, see all the hatred that's out there in the world?
He does put them up on the screen for a future TikTok video, but he deletes them.
He does do that.
But he does take advantage of that. I heard the great Aaron Imholt, one of the greatest broadcasters of our time, talk about how he's not banning people as much anymore. He's told his mods not to ban people as much anymore because the people who do say disparaging things, that's good for the true believers, the true fans to see what idiots they are.
It's true, I guess.
I think Dan is the same thing. It's just like, look at all these bigots who don't want to be talking about consent.
Right. It would really help Dan. Yeah, I think with Aaron, it might just expose the truth. But
yeah. Well, we don't have to get into that right now. Let's back this up.
Every time I make a video about consent, a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of dudes jump into my comment section and tell me that consent is not for children, that people shouldn't learn about consent until they become an adult.
I don't think that's what
just
they're saying.
because of that, I ordered something. It just got here.
He's confused. We'll get into that. Let's see what he's got for us here.
And I'm about to share it with you. This is so exciting. It's the ABCs of consent. A is for ask, so respect me, please. I have a voice to respond and the choice to agree.
He's literally reading a children's book to us.
B is for be quiet.
Also, what's annoying about this is that he's mirrored on TikTok. So he's reading this book to us and it's all backwards. Which is not helpful at all, but thanks, Dan.
B is for body. It belongs to me, and I must always be treated with dignity.
Why are we
C
talking
is for
about children's
consent.
bodies?
Right. I think that's ultimately what Daniel's not understanding is no one is saying that children shouldn't be allowed to consent to things.
No one's saying that. In fact, what I think is happening here is he's confusing when people talk about, well, children can't consent to an intimate situation. So that's...
Or consent to chopping off a body part or something like that.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think a lot of times when we talk about consent and you talk about predators and adults and children, and you go, yeah, but this is my girlfriend. It's like, yeah, but your 14-year-old girlfriend can't consent to this according to the law.
I find
That's
it
what people
hard.
are saying.
I find it hard to believe that all the comments Dan is getting is, hey, when it comes to children, no means yes.
Right,
These
yeah,
kids,
it doesn't matter what they say. Have your way with them.
They want it whether they know it or not.
He is so stupid that instead, the way that he's fighting back against the haters is to buy a book about consent for children to read it to us, as if we're all going to be like, "Ah, he got us there." I guess, boy, do we look dumb with egg on our face.
C is for cunt, which all the comments seem to think I am.
With dignity. C is
for cock.
For consent. I say yes or no.
That
If
seems a
that
little
cannot
lazy
be
by the author.
respected, you have got to go. This is a wonderful book and
Is it?
some very incredible.
I haven't gotten to
artwork
D
this week.
yet, but boy, am I excited.
D is for don't buy this book. What were you thinking?
In it, and anyone can be taught about really big topics in an age-appropriate manner. So if you have littles, I'm going to encourage you to buy this book. I bought it myself. It wasn't given to me, but I'm going to show you where to get it.
Oh my God. Oh, no one gave you the ABCs of consent, Dan? Someone didn't gift that one to you?
Hey, I bought it. I'm practicing what I preach here. I put my hard-earned money behind this book.
You can't buy a cup of coffee for a homeless guy, but you could buy the ABCs of consent.
Their food money went to the consent book. What do you want from me?
That guy, Record Lover, in the Discord, he's all over this stuff. He follows it very closely, and I have some interesting stuff that I want to show you. But he was talking about how Dan runs this mobile coffee shop from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
How much money could he possibly be bringing in?
Well, I guess I never realized that he closed at 10 a.m.
Yeah, it's 4 hours a week, or 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, selling coffee.
Yeah. And
he might be poor.
He's gotten pretty light on the interactions lately, so it seems like business might be down. He's alienated all his Republican customers.
Well, also it's summertime, and maybe you don't want a hot drink as much as you do in the winter. I don't know.
It's almost summertime. Like, it's not quite.
Yeah, that's true.
Followed him through the winter months here.
That's true. That's true. All right, let's get into some vintage Dan. This is from December of 2022, before he became the woke dad that we all know and love.
What if I told you that by watching this video all the way to the end, you could help to save a life? And
hurry up!
Then I will watch this video all the way to the end because I want to help to
End it
save
quick!
a life. Let's go.
To save a life. And not just any life, but the life of a kid, an adolescent, a teen. Would you be willing to stick it out?
I know what kids are.
See this through? I really hope so.
What do you mean by, a baby goat?
Define what you mean by kid. Adolescent or a teenager? Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Okay, good. Carry on.
Listen, I've been tricked by a bunch of videos that are trying to save goats. And this will be the last one, Buster.
Yeah, if I have to put my Amex number into another thing, it's just helping out baby goats.
This story all started a few days ago when I finally decided that I was going to write a book. And it's something I've been thinking about for a long time.
Well,
if you know anything about me, you know that I am the father to the most incredible transgender son. And I know I'm biased, but he really is incredible.
And my daughter, whatever. But my transgender son, holy shit. That bee's knees, that one.
I like anyone that Daniel meets, he has to be like, so is your kid like the second most incredible transgender kid? Or
yeah,
like,
because I got number one.
I got the best.
I got number one over here, so I guarantee yours is a distant second of that. What a crazy thing. So this is what we pointed out when we first started watching this guy.
Yeah.
Is that he would focus so much on his trans son, and he has 2 kids.
Right.
And all he would talk about is his trans son, and I went, oh, the other kid must hate this.
Well, I think the other kid, doesn't he refer to the other kid now?
Well, then the other kid came out as gay.
Right, yeah.
So now he's got a gay daughter and a trans son because he had 2 daughters to start
Finally,
off with.
Dad will pay attention to me if I say I'm gay.
Right. I'm telling you, that's the phenomenon we're watching because he was focused so much on the trans son. This is like the other one's just like, and then we got a normie over here, whatever, who gives a shit.
But we're missing a big part of this. I guess it's not an announcement because he just didn't do it. This is over 2 years ago. But he was going to write a book. I'd love to read that.
Yeah, he's writing a book, and he's got big, grandiose ideas for this book, too.
Over the last few years, we've had the opportunity to gain a lot of resources, gain a lot of friends, gain a big community, and learn a lot. And I figured that a lot of parents could benefit from what we've learned and some of the resources that we have, and therefore a lot of kids could benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to share that.
Yeah, good.
I initially started by reaching out to some of my community members, some of my friends, some of the family that I've made over the last few years, and asking if they'd be willing to be a resource for the book. But I also wanted to donate a portion of the proceeds to the Rainbow Youth Project.
A portion of the proceeds? Dan, you haven't even written the book yet. You're already making a profit on it? Listen to this asshole. You're not going to make shit from your book. No one gives a fuck about it. And he's like, and by the way, I'm already donating proceeds to this charitable organization. This is one of these guys who takes credit for something he hasn't done yet. This is like Stuttering John watching my cats in Cape Coral all over again.
No, but you don't understand. In my fantasies, when I'm introducing Obama, the book is very successful. So
right, yes.
I'd be foolish not to take some of the proceeds for myself, of course.
Actually, Obama's interviewing me about the book in the arena tour.
Damn.
The Rainbow Youth Project is a 501(c)(3) not-for-profit that helps to benefit LGBTQIA youth. They have all sorts of services and...
Hold on a second. I didn't even realize this. LGBTQIA youth.
Yeah.
The A stands for asexual. I would hope there's a lot of prepubescent youth that are the A. All of them.
No.
All of them should be the A.
No.
What the fuck?
Most of them are out there. Here's the dirty little secret you don't know. They're all out sucking and fucking.
But,
Whether
Mike,
it's guys, gals, in the middle, whatever.
This is where this guy loses us. And I say this all the time. I have 2 trans people who've been on my show. One of them is a review girl. She's out every Wednesday. I have no problem with trans people at all. Right. It's the children that we just don't want getting mixed up into this. And when he says LGBTQIA youth, he doesn't even understand what he's saying. He doesn't even understand what he's talking about. He's just throwing out letters and acronyms and just like, this is a great cause. I don't know about that.
You think that asexual kids' sexuality doesn't matter?
I don't think you should be sexualizing children. Is that crazy?
Oh, you're one of these non-consent guys, I guess.
What the fuck is wrong with them?
They're just an incredible group of people.
Right. They're all amazing.
When I reached out, they told me about a need that they have, and this seems like a pretty serious need for me.
Okay.
They have a crisis intervention service, and it's desperately running out of funding. So they don't know.
We have a crisis. This 8-year-old's not sexual yet. This 8-year-old's asexual. We got to fix this.
Daniel, I'll tell you a real crisis. You haven't put pen to paper yet. Get writing.
Yeah, that is the
That's
problem.
what we need.
We're going to be able to carry that service into 2023. Now, all of the people who work for the Rainbow Youth Project are all volunteers, so all of the money goes to the kids and to the programs. So how do we find them funding? How do we get them funding?
Right.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is, when that book is published, when I start to sell copies, a portion of every sale is going to go to the Rainbow Youth Project.
Hey, I got an idea. All these volunteers are working for free. Just write the book for free.
Yeah. Or you could also volunteer your time, Dan.
Well, that's right. Writing the book is not costing you anything but your time, right?
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, maybe pay yourself back the publishing costs if that costs anything. But other than that, it should all go to the...
Or, all right, Mike, here's an idea.
Yeah.
Or he could write a book that people would actually want to purchase and read.
Yeah, maybe.
That would actually make more money than the bullshit that he's planning on writing.
You don't think people would buy the book of a guy who nobody knows being like, hey, kids should be allowed to consent? And you're like, okay, sure.
There's also something that I never do. I never pair with corporate entities ever because I don't do anything here for money. I do it to help people. And somebody reached out last week, and I think I'm going to reach back and see if we can start a fundraiser. It's actually not a corporate entity. It's a...
Just ignored them for a week?
Yeah, why did you set it up with, I don't work with corporate entities, but someone reached out. It's not a corporate entity. Okay.
Oh. Well, then, I guess that doesn't matter then.
Also, again, Dan just putting the cart before the horse. Like, why don't you get a partnership involved and then do a TikTok video about it? It's like Opie talking about his stupid podcast deal.
It reminded me a lot of all these guys where he has these I'm going to have a one-man show. I'm going to have a big radio job. Like, he just has these great ideas. And now we know we live in the future now. It just never happened.
Yep.
A small business, but a way in which we could do a fundraiser in a really effective way to benefit the community and benefit.
Oh man! And then we cure racism and homophobia, and then everyone's happy, and then I get elected president, and everyone says, "Dan, you're a hero, and my book is the bestseller, and I'm the coolest guy, and I'm being interviewed by Oprah, and she thinks she's high-fiving me."
We changed Juneteenth to Dan Alexander Day. All right, maybe not June 19th. Hold on a second. Let me rethink that one.
Well, they're already synonymous. Most people
is
honor him.
You're right. He's just talking about all of his fantasies.
Yeah.
He's a child. He's a child talking about how he's going to hit the home run in Game 7 of the World Series when he's an adult. Like, I'm sure you will, Billy. That's amazing. That would be great.
And then President AOC is going to give me the Medal of Honor.
Okay. He's not that funny. Come on.
This project. The third thing I'm going to ask is I'm going to ask for you to reach out and show your love and support for the Rainbow Youth Project.
Always be fundraising. Very good.
Here. Whatever you can do will help. Whatever you can do will
benefit kids, and whatever you do can help to save a life. Thank you.
When are we going to see these lives getting saved?
He's definitely fine-tuned his grift. Back then he's going, hey, guys, you should give money to this organization that's doing really good things. Now he goes, guys, give me money, and I'll make sure it goes to the right places.
You guys were sending money all over the place. It was going willy-nilly. I gotta streamline this thing.
Right. Now he's like, guys, give me the money so I can get art supplies and a kiln. That's why you need to give me money.
They actually told me they wanted me to handle the money. So it'd be easier if you just gave me the money.
No, you could give it to this organization that's set up to accept money and do good things in the community, or you can give it to me and I can give some cups of coffee out.
Yeah, the organization saw how responsible and awesome I am that they were like, Dan, what you take? We raise so much more money when you take the money. So I think that'd be best.
I just want to point out, he started this video by saying you could save a life if you watch this video.
That was the same video?
Yes. By him not writing this book, I think he's killed children. I think the blood is on his hands because he literally said, this is so important. We need to raise money for this organization. They're going to cut funding. And I'm going to write a book.
Most people got through that. How many kids
I'm going to write
died?
a book and the proceeds are going to go to this organization. It's going to save lives. And they never wrote the book. He didn't care about these lives.
Boy, that's a really good point. Watching the video could save a life. So much so that he didn't even have to read the book, maybe.
Right.
we did it.
This one came in from Sharon Peters in our Discord.
Oh.
And I think this is an oldie.
Sharon Peters. That's actually
Sharon
funny,
Peters.
man.
Yeah. Okay, man. Sharon Peters sent this in. I believe this is a woke.dad video.
Okay.
From it's an oldie but a goodie.
I had no idea this would make me so emotional, but it has. I think for anybody who knows me, you know I've been saving up all of my gifts for my life for an iPad for my daughter, and
okay,
more iPads.
Yes. So this is from a couple of years ago, and what he writes on the screen here is, I was not going to post this.
Saving up all of my gifts for my life for an iPad.
But the truth is nothing could be more sincere. Okay.
Oh, good. Did we go through a time that I missed in this country where everyone thought iPads would disease?
Save lives?
Why was that always given as charitable donations?
You know what? I'm still wondering about that because I have an iPad. I watched the Cubs game on it. You know, it's great, but it's never cured me of anything.
It's very weird.
iPad for my daughter, and she's an amazing young artist. She's 11 years old, and the wonders that she creates are just amazing. And because of all of the kindness of my friends here, she was able to get that. Now, I wasn't quite there, but I definitely made up the difference, and I couldn't help but give it to her.
Are you hearing this?
Yeah.
He needed his community, his TikTok followers, to give him money so that he could give a gift to his daughter.
The man already works 4 hours a day. Karl. Is that not enough?
This is a new low. And I'll just read to you what woke.dad wrote on the screen. He says, this absolute pile has been mooching and scamming for years. The people that donate to this fool have to be as brain dead as him, crying for pity as you get your kid an iPad makes you a thief, not a man. And we are on to you. Your scamming is coming to an end.
Well, I don't think I ever realized, maybe we've talked about it before, but I don't know that it ever really registered to me that he works 4 hours a day. I didn't realize he ended at 10 a.m. So I assume his wife is probably the breadwinner.
Yeah, she's like a therapist or something, right?
Yeah,
Psychotherapist.
I imagine she's supporting the family. And then Joe Matarese here is just left to his own devices for most of the day. And it just has all these projects. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to start an art studio. I'm going to make these T-shirts to go protesting.
You're right.
And then he has all these big dreams, and none of them really come to fruition.
He's the woke Joe Matarese.
Yes.
And I want to correct you on something. It's not his wife. It's his partner.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, ma'am.
Because remember,
human.
Remember when he said that he had a partner, one of those rednecks was just like, what are you, one of them queers or something? You got a partner?
Yeah. You mean to tell me you're gay?
Yeah, that was another one of those interactions he had. Anyway, let's finish this video up.
And because of the kindness of this community, she is creating absolute wonders.
He's pretending to be crying too. He's like squinting his eyes and trying to get tears going. It's like, oh my God, the fact that you guys bought my daughter an iPad has really changed the world for me. Was she playing Roblox? Who cares?
What is she doing with an iPad that she couldn't have done with like a regular computer that she had
Well,
before?
she's an artist and she's creating, Mike.
Okay.
Did that answer your question?
Not really. Absolute wonders.
To watch her draw is a miracle in its own. And to be able to support it as a father, it's life-changing.
I know you could have done that without our hard-earned money.
Yeah, you could have just gotten a job that pays you better, so that
not
you
even
could
that.
purchase gifts for your kids.
Get her pencil and paper.
Yeah,
draw all day.
Get her an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah,
it's a lost art.
She's not just a budding artist; she's a blooming artist.
Oh, he's like on the verge of tears during all of this. It's nuts. It's nuts. I have one more thing that I want to show you about Woke Dad that's been discovered through the Discord. But before we do that, I want to thank the fine people who are supporting this show.
Yay, super chats.
Including Anonymous on supertip.gg/WATP says, I bet I could buy 2 big jars of Nescafe, a 4-pound bag of sugar, and a gallon of milk, and I could make twice as much cups as Woke Dad. Coffee's not an expensive. I mean, it's expensive.
It
when you go to
certainly
Starbucks,
isn't. Yeah,
but it's not.
Right.
It's
If
a
you're
commodity.
buying, if you're going to Starbucks and buying 30 coffees, that could be a little pricey. But
Right.
Daniel has the products. He's buying in bulk.
Right. We make coffee at home. It's very inexpensive.
Yes.
Drunkle Greg, $5 says, stoked to hear this tomorrow. Oh yeah, that was that one we played. Jay Loiter, $5. Mike, how many weeks before Adam Bush replaces on WATS and the Blind Mike Project?
Oh, Adam, that guy. I didn't care for him going after my buddy Tom Myers. I took him to task on my program.
Interesting. Adam was working with Tom a lot today to try to set up an interview.
I was going to say, I hear they're going at it again, these two.
We'll see.
Did you hear Tom's explanation?
Negotiations aren't going great.
Oh, no. Tom, come on.
I don't know when I'm going to be able to reveal it. I'll tell you about it after. But.
Did you hear Tom gave an explanation to the Irish accent?
I did hear that. That was such a great question. It's hereditary.
Yeah. His great-great-grandfather's from Ireland.
I couldn't believe it. He actually pretended his accent was hereditary.
Pretended? Didn't you hear? It's in his lineage. He was raised by his father, who was raised by his grandfather, who was raised by his great-grandfather.
I can't do a German or Dutch accent to save my life. This is not a thing that you're born with.
It's not in your bones the way it is, Tom.
It's hilarious. I couldn't believe he said that. Voltaire 325 $5. Karl, what is it like doing a show with a leftist Bill Burr apologist like Blind Mike? It's a struggle. It's a struggle, and I have to choose my words wisely because I never know when Mike's going to try to
watch it,
try to change my mind about politics.
Yes, I'm very invested. You better watch.
Mike's a political force out
That's
there.
right. That's right.
Hellraiser69 says, F is for fill in the blank. Yes. Can only imagine.
Daniel shuts the book real quick.
Maybe we'll buy that book and read on a bonus show. Constantine L gave us 1,000 somethings, and he says, Karl, are you going to address the fact that Meghan Markle was born in Canoga Park? You know what? Thank you for reminding me this. You might have been you might have been the one who emailed me that. Someone emailed me like, by the way, did you know that a lot of great actors are from Canoga Park?
Huh. And some just live there later in life.
Well, right. That's a good point. John wasn't from Canoga Park, but yeah, that's where Meghan was born, apparently.
Wow.
And she doesn't like being called Meghan Markle. It's very.
Don't you know?
She wants to be the same last name as her kids. All right. This is an interesting discovery. So someone was poking around on Facebook. And you know how we played last week? Dan was talking about how there's one person specifically who donates a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And we went, oh, for the first time, we're realizing that Dan is like a pay pig.
He's got a daddy.
He's got a person that donates the money. So when he's always talking about money and needs money, there's one person who just shells it out. We might have found out who this person is.
Is this the video where he berates the legend for not being in his chat today or something?
No. How funny would that be? I haven't seen Brock Lee around in a while. I don't know what's going on with that. That's hilarious. No, this is not a video.
Okay.
In fact, these are social media posts that I'm going to be showing on the screen. The first one here. So this is a woman named Tara. And Tara posted, social media is best used in moderation, but it also can be a blessing. Who would have ever thought that I'd meet so many awesome people on social media app, but I did. This is my TikTok bestie, Dan. I flew out to upstate New York 3 summers ago to meet Dan and Mandy. It was like we've known each other forever. Today is Dan's birthday. Happy birthday, my friend Dan. That was on November 29th, 2024. So in 2021, she flew out to meet Dan. There's photos of her with Dan and Dan just being a dork in his kitchen.
Okay.
Attached to this. Here's another post. Oh, I should mention, I think she's from South Carolina or Georgia.
Okay.
She flew all the way to central New York to hang out with Dan Alexander.
How could you not? It seems so exciting.
Because of TikTok. Here's a photo of them in an arcade, and it's Dan and his girlfriend and this woman who's the super fan. And what's interesting about this is in the background, you see a kid playing one of those race car games, like sitting down and playing it, and he's wearing a mask.
Nice.
That's
good.
That's sad. I feel for that kid. Here's another post that she put out. On July 11, 2023, she says, today is an important day. 5 years ago, Luna came home to live with me. 2 years ago, I got to meet and hug my TikTok bestie, Dan, his girlfriend, Mandy, and their kids. It was such a great week, and they're all family to me now. I think it might be time for another trip. And there's another photo with her and Dan.
Oh, okay.
Very excited to be together. And I have one more post on here. This is from November 23rd, 2022. And Tara posts this thing that says, everyone has a state that matches their personality. What's yours? And hers is New York. And it says, guess I'm supposed to move to New York. So Dan might have a stalker. I am telling you, this could be a problem. This could be a misery situation.
It's very odd. It's only a few posts, though, so I can't say wish, but if it was more frequent, that would be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But that is really weird because what Daniel does, I guess we live in a different world where people on TikTok have fans or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a scenario where you feel that close to someone who posts 80-second videos at most.
Now, have I gone to Nick Fuente's house and hung out with him? Yes, of course. Sure, I have.
Well,
but I know what you mean, Mike. I mean, normally you don't think you connect with these people.
He's longer form. You feel like you really know him. You guys believe in the same stuff.
Apparently, I had a guy on WATP yesterday, this guy, Dalton, who ran into Stuttering John at a restaurant while John was on a date.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing interview because John got up to use the bathroom and drove away from his date and left her crying.
Now, here's what I'm always curious with John is because when I was listening to that, it did not sound realistic to me.
Right.
And then I reminded myself, I said, Mike, let it all play out. Because whenever John comes back, people will inevitably ask him about this.
Yep.
And John will not be able to help himself and will go, I didn't leave. I had to go because
right.
John will just confess.
I didn't even order anything. We bought some drinks at the bar. I paid for it.
So why even look into it when eventually John will just tell us what happened, basically.
Right. The reason why I bring it up is because I got notes from people saying, you don't want this guy on your show. He does this thing and that thing. I'm like, I don't know anything about this stuff. He had a fun story and he told it well. And so I was happy to have him on the show. I do have voicemails. Before we do that, Jack Sampson's coming in on supertip.gg/WATP.
Michael, Oracle of the Dabbleverse, can you predict when Stuttering John will return to the Dabbleverse?
I can't believe I'm Dutch either. I don't bring it up very often, but I am Dutch. Mike, the Beggy Monster wants to know, when will John return?
May 26th. He's finally going to take down Karl and Shuli.
That's true. May 26th is the big return. He also has Cardiff's name and picture, he said. So
good. That'll get a lot of good
too.
done for society, I think.
You know
Finally, we can all start healing.
You know what the funniest part of John saying that he's going to dox Cardiff once and for all? Because I've talked to Cardiff at length about this very topic. Cardiff has played this game perfectly for years.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows what he looks like or knows who he is. He's so sick of having to do this. He's so annoyed. Like, we go to Hackamania and he's wearing a mask the whole time. He's like, I wish someone would just fucking dox me so I could just move on with my life.
Free me.
Seriously, like, you can't get Cardiff in trouble. He's done nothing wrong. You're not going to get him fired from his job. His wife's not going to leave him. She comes to all the events too. She's lovely.
Well, you would think he would take note of that from Rocco Burrow.
Right.
Like, goes by that name now. John's literally put his address out there, and Tiki doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, my name's Rocco. what are you going to do? Whatever. But this is, it's so funny because if John does have the images of Cardiff and knows his name, Cardiff's going to breathe a sigh of relief. Just like, finally. Just fucking be myself.
Right. It's not going to be the attack. All right, let's get him. We'll go to his house.
Right. All the pitchforks coming out. I don't have my passport up today. Can I go to Canada? I don't know. 11 idle hands, $5. Blind Mike invited me to a Bernie Sanders rally. I don't know how to say no politely.
Hey, the guy was on Schultz's show and he made some good points. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. Well, so Mike's a communist. We've learned that. Old buck, $5. Mike, what's it like working with a right-wing extremist like KK Karl?
It's difficult for me. He repulses my better judgment.
Well, I do try to convert Mike too. You guys don't see our text thread back and
Right.
forth. But I'm constantly sending him articles to Ann Coulter and things. And I'm like, you should really look into this, Mike.
Yeah. In a way, you could misconstrue my emails to you as I send you Woke Dad and Rosie O'Donnell. That's well, I send you.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just like, listen, these people don't have all the answers, all right? There's another side.
Karl, don't you get it yet?
Matthew Rowley, $5 says, Karl, how's it feel having the potato turn on you?
Oh, no.
Going head-to-head with WATS is an act of violence. Also, Mike is Dabble versus Opie.
What? That's very hurtful.
Mike
is that what
Dabble
Cardiff's
versus
doing?
Opie. It's Cardiff Live right now. I asked him if he had anything to promote when he was on WTP yesterday. Maybe that's why he didn't, because he knew he was going up against us.
Oh, Cardiff.
At Cardiff Elect is where you want to go to find his channel on YouTube. He's back on YouTube.
Is he up and running now officially?
Yes. Certainly don't report him for ban evasion. That would be terrible.
But don't do that.
No, I know. Definitely don't. It's our friend. It's our friend Cardiff.
I don't care for that.
Did I mince words? All right, we got some voicemails coming in.
Yeah, this is watching Who Are These Socials. Karl, you guys are watching that video where the guy freaks out on his wife at that presentation at her birthday or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And you said, whoa. You know, in her defense, we got to see how hot these guys were. That was the first thing that came to your fucking head, you fucking faggot. Just do it. We got to see how hot the guys are. Who even says that, Karl? Come on, you fucking mo fag. And he's fucking fat as fuck.
Dude, that sounded like the scene out of Stuttering John's movie where he's calling himself a gay guy.
You bone smoking.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, you Epsler?
It is a fair point, though.
No, I'm going for the comedy, sir.
Well,
yeah, Mike doesn't agree.
You were drooling, I was told.
All right, there's a lot of voicemails about Schaumburg because last week we played John Sarasani showing a video about how rough and tough the neighborhood is in Schaumburg.
These people must have been scared.
You should avoid it at all costs, he was saying. He was sending out a public service announcement to us.
Yeah, this message is for Who Are These Socials. Been to Schaumburg a number of times. It gets real dangerous around the Lego land and the IKEA out there. And don't be out too late near the medieval times or the Ruth Chris. Very dangerous place. All right, chill.
I sense there was some sarcasm in that one, Mike.
I suppose. It seems like people aren't taking this problem seriously, but I want to clean up Schaumburg.
Well, we got
once
more
and for all.
More notes about Schaumburg.
Finally, you fucking Peckerwoods found a subject that's so close to my heart. So close. That's the city of Schaumburg. As a young child and as a teenager, I was on the mean streets of Schaumburg.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Everywhere from the White Castle on Cicero to the crack whore on 87.
Oh, man.
Right off the Cicero, too. Anyway, Schaumburg, mean streets. It taught me how to be a killer. And it can also teach you how to be an asshole.
All right. Apparently Schaumburg is a rough town.
Oh, man.
According to that guy.
How did John escape so pure and such a nice guy?
Honestly, when he was bragging about that, I was like, don't brag about that. Now I'm like, oh, actually, no, that's amazing. You came from Schaumburg?
Yeah.
And
Well,
now
he
you're
was
going
even-keeled now.
And now you're going to Bears games by yourself and petting to hang out with Bert Kreischer? No, that's great.
This is for WATS. I called in like a few months ago about how fucking John Cherasani was lying about Schaumburg, and you guys made fun of me about that because you believed that he was doing he was in on the bit or whatnot. Like Schaumburg is a really nice area.
Shut up, idiot!
I'm fucking floored that you guys didn't actually realize that I was being totally serious when I thought that John Cherasani believed that Schaumburg was this fucking horrible. Oh no, one fucking Polish teen took over a street for 5 seconds. You're still close enough to Chicago. Like, also, if you talk to anyone from Schaumburg, they'll claim that they're not a suburb of Chicago. They're their own city. On paper, they're their own city.
Sure.
However, who cares? Honestly, it's
That's
close
a fair
enough to
question.
Chicago. If you talk to anyone from Illinois or close who live in a suburb of Chicago, will know this. They hate Schaumburg.
Oh.
It's a nice and it's beautiful place. However, the people
got
from
it.
Schaumburg are fucking annoying.
That's clear.
John being the best example of this. Go fuck yourself, both of you. Because
All
Mike
right.
didn't believe me either. Fuck you, both. Thank you.
It was
so
an
much for
exhausting voicemail.
I know. I was going to say that was a minute and a half. It was way too long.
Jesus Christ.
And I loved your reaction to it. You're like, well, can we get out of this, please?
We
I need to
got
live
it.
out my life. Carl, what are we doing here?
I can't imagine I don't remember this conversation. I can't remember. I can't imagine we seriously sided with John Cherasani.
I don't think we did, Mike. I don't think we normally do.
Because yanking our crank.
I think he is. Mike, this has been a fantastic episode. You were great. And if people want to hear more of Mike Geary, they should go to blindmike.net.
Yes, I will be live Sunday at 10 a.m. Craig will be back, gang. It's very exciting. And why are you laughing? We just put out an episode about the great Bill Murray. So go check that out. And our Why Are You Laughing season finale is coming up soon.
Oh, you guys
It will
do
be-
seasons over there.
Well, kind of. We took last summer off and just did some bonus episodes during the summer, and I think we'll do the same this summer.
Okay.
So this will be the last free episode, at least for a little while, and it'll be the top 20 living stand-up comedians, according to me. So I'm sure you all disagree with my list. So I
What
wait
do you
to
have like 12 women in that list?
it's all not a white man to be found.
I knew it, you lefty.
It's Aziz Ansari, Kumail Nanjiani, and Amy Schumer are the top
Yes.
three.
the DEI list of
Yeah.
stand-up comics. All right. Well, you have a great take on stand-up, so looking forward to that. Also, I'll remind everyone, you can see Blind Mike and me and the rest of the WATP crew and Dick Masterson all in Boston, June 21st. WATPlive.com is where you want to go for tickets. We only have a handful left, so get on there if you want to come and hang out with us in Boston. It's going to be a blast at the City Winery. I'm going to get in on Friday. We'll go somewhere Friday night. We'll do the show Saturday. Everyone will be hanging out. It's going to be a really good time. So come down to that. And of course, whoarethese.com for all things Who Are These podcasts, thecreepoff.com for all things The Creep Off. And thank you guys so much for watching the show here on at Karl WATP on YouTube or listening wherever you listen to podcasts. Who Are These Socials has its own RSS feed, and it comes out every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
This is where Mike signs us off.
Have the day it deserved, gang.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man.
Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. Like, whoa!
Who are these socials.
I'm the one who should apologize.
Folks, what you are about to see is real.
With Karl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.
Who could have thought of that?